Alright, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to HoNcast coverage of the HoN Reborn Invitational Championship Sunday. That is right, I'm BreakyCPK, gonna be joined by Chessie once again today as my co-caster. We have a best out of 5 grand final setup, East versus West, to see who will become the champions of really what is our first official tournament here of HoN Reborn. This is some exciting stuff. Can't wait to get things started. We are just about there with Game 1 draft underway. Backdoor Protocol representing the Western region. Yohoho by Jab representing the Eastern region, aka Thailand themselves. This should be an epic best out of 5. Excited to be here. Chessie, sounds like you're pretty hype as well.
I am hyped. Damn, Breaky, that was an excellent intro, if I may say so myself. Do you just riff this off the cuff, or do you have this pre-written down? Give us the details.
I do. I just ripped it off the cusp. Obviously, you know, there's a lot of similarities, but no, I definitely, you know, on the spot. So
been doing this for a long time, huh?
Yeah, you can say that.
Practice
don't
makes
remind
perfect
me.
and all that.
I suppose so.
No, I'm super excited about this. Like, I haven't watched any of the Thai teams, and I wasn't able to watch any of the games yesterday either, so I don't know anything about them. I just hear that they play the game a bit different. The meta might be a bit different playing against them, and in turn, I don't know how the Europeans are going to react to it. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm very excited for it.
This is obviously this is an online competition. We really haven't seen something like this before. I mean, let's be honest. Obviously, even in HoN's history, as great of a history it's had, stuff like this was saved for LAN events, for, you know, in-person events, understandably so. With HoN Reborn, with, you know, technology evolving over many years, etc., we come to the conclusion, hey, let's try it out at least when it comes to an online event and having these two teams compete against one another. With that said, you know, let's just get this out of the way, the elephant in the room. Yes, both teams, they're going to be playing on a bit higher ping than usual. There is no doubt about that, obviously, when it comes to such a matchup. But to that point, they're both dealing with said higher ping. So, you know, that it's not like it's necessarily an advantage for either side. Both teams having to deal with that. And what I will say as well, you know, these two teams obviously very competitive. You're a competitor yourself. You know, you understand you want to have that prime environment as much as possible. But they also wanted to be able to compete against one another. In this case, again, Thailand versus Europe. The regions going at it head to head, and hey, you know what? Let's have fun with it. Let's see what happens. That's what I'm most excited for and most excited about. But yeah, just to get that out of the way and make that very clear. And it'll be interesting to see, you know, there is some relevance in terms of starting with the draft, as we see here. You know, some heroes that, because you're dealing with a little bit higher latency, may not be as powerful. Things that require more skill shot at, things like a Gauntlet, for example, who is actually banned here.
I was just about to say those kind of things as well. When I play myself with higher ping, I have lived in America for a long time. I played Europe to America a lot of times for different qualifiers when we couldn't get visas in place for the tournament matches. And you would typically want to avoid having, like you said, heroes with skill shot and heroes that are squishy. Like, I'd say if you want to play, when you play picking mid heroes, if you're playing like a Pyromancer or a Torture or anything that can, like, a slight little sidestep can go wrong, or if you just miss your spell and everything just goes to shit, you kind of want to avoid that as much as possible. It's much easier being beefier type of, like, Kraken or Armadon or Pebbles or any of these types of heroes. So that's how I would approach the draft. And we already see one Deadwood and one Pestilence. I don't know if that's what they had in mind picking those heroes, because they are good heroes by themselves, but those are the types of heroes that I would like to play.
Right, you know, and this is game 1 of this best out of 5 series, so obviously the team's going to kind of feel it out as well, worth certainly noting too. But no, now, you know, focusing on the game itself, I'm with you. You know, we did obviously get the chance to cover Yohoho by Jab yesterday. I know you weren't here specifically, but they played a best out of 3 against Lunar Tier. They are very deserved to be here, and frankly, when it comes to skill level, individual skill, etc., these two teams match up very well. I genuinely don't know what to expect in terms of this series right here. I will say, I guess what I do expect at the very least is a great series, and I truly mean that, between these two teams. being somewhat equally matched for sure. So, but again, strategy is going to play a big role. You know, you play within your region against specific teams more and more. You build up these metas within one another that when you play a team that is doing the same against others, that they kind of build their own strategies, seeing them collide, that's what's fascinating about it. And again, in a game that is still in its infantile stage, as we keep referring to with HoN Reborn and competitive play, who the hell knows? But I will say, obviously, with the draft here, okay, let's start talking about what we see. You mentioned Pestilence. In fact, a full draft ready to go for Backdoor Protocol. Behemoth, Geomancer, Moraxis, Pestilence, Master of Arms is their complete
I like
lineup.
it. 5 stuns, huh? It's
Right.
Full draft of stuns, and it seems like kind of they're following a little bit of what I said before. We have a lot of beefy type strength heroes who are not as affected by the ping as these squisher type heroes. And I mean, having 5 stuns on your... What I really like about this Legion draft, that you do have 5 stuns. Well, having 5 stuns always makes the game easier to play. But you also have a lot of minus armor in between the Master of Arms Goo and the Pestilence Ultimate. So you have many avenues. You don't rely, like, you have spell damage, you have stuns, you have wave clear, you kind of have the full thing. You have initiation. It seems like a pretty damn complete draft to me on the Legion side.
Yeah.
And I'm mentioning these strength heroes. What did I say before? I said Armadon and I said Kraken. These
There
are the
you
type
go.
of heroes I would like to play if you had more ping. And I mean, it's just both drafts look really, really solid. If there's one thing that I could point out about the Hellborn draft that they might be missing a little bit is wave clear. They don't have a lot of potential to just clear waves quickly, and not with their supports or much with their other heroes either. But they are really hard to fight into. They're a tanky team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tanky, obviously. Armadon, the king of tankiness. Definitely a hero that is you can connect that word with. So I'm with you. Andromeda has been probably the most popular support throughout this event, both East and West region. Just kind of, has it all and has a very good single target stun, the great support capability, obviously minus armor, synergy with a hero like Deadwood. We have seen that pairing a little bit as well. You got Kraken on top of that. The more I'm looking at this Hellborn lineup, those spines are going to deal a lot of damage because obviously being physical, obviously himself, he has the snot. So for the 5 heroes bringing minus armor to the table, I think that is something that the Legion team is going to have to be, considering, of course, when it comes to their playstyle and what they're up against right here. But we are loaded in, baby. We are going.
I know nothing here about who is supposed to be the actual favorite in this team. I would love to see some betting odds on this or something, because I have no idea. So I just want to ask the Twitch chat. I don't know how much of a delay we're on, so I might be able to see it in a little bit. Who do you guys think is going to be the favorite in this match? If you have seen both of these teams play against other teams, who do you actually think is the favorite here? Who do you think is going to win this best of the 5 matchup and become the champions of the first ever HoN Reborn tournament?
It's funny you say that, because what we are doing on the Twitch side, at least, there's the fun capability there of you can do predictions. You can use what's called the Twitch points. We talked about this last week as well. I do got that going for each of the games. And game 1, it just actually closed. It is an 81% favor for Yohoho over Backdoor Protocol. So there's some big...
Or maybe Twitch people don't know what they're talking about. I don't know. It could be one or the other.
We'll see how that changes maybe after game 1, depending on the result, of course. But yeah, apparently people liking Yohoho in their chance. But again, like I said, we saw them for the first time yesterday on our coverage, and they were impressed. They beat Lunar Tier, who... as far as recent history from Ty specifically, they've been so dominant in the PK scene up until HoN Reborn. So they, in my opinion, were the favorite team, and Yohoho beat them twice in the Eastern region. So, take that.
I want to talk about some things about in the game right here, because we have some specific things going on. First, we have the Deadwood with the boots level 1, which is a bit unconventional. I haven't seen that, and is Andromeda going to be playing the core role with the Deadwood as a support, if I can gather that correctly. We also have on the Legion side, I mentioned this a couple of times, that the EU teams love doing this ward that Tolgev placed in the lane. It's not going to do too much here because it's going to be a 1v1. And I wonder how they set up these lanes. I think Armadon will be extremely happy with the configuration of the lanes that are set up right now. I think mid lane is going to be pretty even. Kraken with the Pestilence seems pretty fine. in this top lane, we might see a lot of action going down here. But have you seen this Andromeda being played as
So,
a core so
some
far?
insight on that. I believe we did see it in the tie region yesterday in their series. I think it might have been Colic doing it as well. So I want to say it was them that did it yesterday against Looter Tier. So yes, just yesterday we did see the same combo. This Deadwood support, a core Andromeda. Coming out for them. And you know what, as you're pointing out, you talk about a tri-lane setup, very potent when it comes to tri-lane is Andromeda, and you know, going to be relying more on her farm, you know, get things like the Energizer, build more of that utility, sure, when it's all said and done. It's not like she's going to be a right-click carry, but going to get more of those utility-based items, even something like the Sinner's Inscription, I wouldn't be surprised to see later on.
Yeah, and we have just having this boots level 1. I don't understand really the purpose of it. Maybe it's because you skill the tree or the oak bolt level 1, so that you're just being able to get up there and get hits off. But I'm really curious to see how this try versus trying is going to pan out. We do also have both camps, a bit unusual, being blocked by the side of the Hellborn. So they block their own pole camp. I don't really know why that would be the case, but I'm sure that they have a plan behind it that I don't quite understand. I don't think they did that accidentally.
Well, I don't think, no, they didn't block their pole camp on their side. That is just outside. I think they might have countered a war that might have been there, yeah.
It's just me being dumb. I just see a ward around the camp, and the camp's not spawned. I'm like,
that's like just on the edge right there, so I wasn't up, but yeah.
Go up on top.
Yep, there is action. Bloodlust kill definitely going to be happening. Who goes down first? Geomancer, he's taking the brunt of the damage. He will survive for now. Oak Bolt thrown, so maybe not going to be a kill, actually.
Ooh, I knew it, but once you said the Bloodlust kill must be happening, I knew it wasn't going to be a kill immediately. You jinxed it.
Cursed it. My bad.
Yeah, the Behemoth was just out of range when the Master of Arms and the Geomancer went, so they weren't on the same page there, where that would have absolutely been a kill.
Well, yeah, still remaining without the Bloodlust. As far as almost 3 minutes into the game right now. We do got Kraken versus Pestilence mid matchup, so obviously keeping an eye on the top lane, but Pestilence 13-2, Kraken is 12-2. Top lane back to it. Deadwood, is he going to die first? Yes, he is! Down goes Navi Pirate on the Geomancer as well, but Bloodlust going the way of Backdoor Protocol. He knew it was coming eventually.
Yep, it had to happen. There's going to be a action filled when you have Trainer versus Trainer. You have this many stuns on both of the sides.
But yeah, that mid matchup, it is very even right now. The Pestilence versus the Kraken, obviously level 4 at the moment. Going to continue to stay farming there. But would you expect, you know, rotations maybe at the 4-minute rune, or you expect them to kind of stay mid for now?
I don't think either team really is going to want to be leaving this top lane too fast, because I think once one hero leaves from the Trainer versus Trainer situation, it's just too much danger really to go for the rune. I mean, the Behemoth might be able to do it right now because the lane is pushed in with the Master of Arms go, so yeah, he is actually going to do it. I don't know if it's gonna play much of a role though. Armon is getting a kill on bot!
Oh, no way. Did he really? Wow, he takes out more access at the bottom lane solo, so... Okay.
And I happen to, like I said, I don't know these players, but I saw in the lobby that Musan has a rating of over 2,800.
He's a good player.
I'm sure that he is a very strong player.
Yes.
And when you have Armadon in a 1-1 situation, that is really, really scary. And him being up to 480 gold per minute right now, this early on, it is not a good sign for the side of Legion. I am really excited to see what item builds he is going to choose going from here. 1.1k gold stacked up, just picked up boots. I would like, if I play Armadon here, I probably would just go for the steam roots immediately. Yeah, we'll see what he does. He's buying and selling a lot of stuff here. Devourer's Gauntlet might be the play.
Trying to decide what he wants to do with all this gold that he got with the solo kill. Top lane though, more back and forth continues. No kill happening from it, but again, a lot more damage being put out, forcing that regen if anything. But yeah, he bought the bracer at least. The Devo Gauntlet's certainly going to be coming. I would expect to see a Staff of the Master, of course, on a hero like Armadon. Poor middle lane, by the way, as Deadwood comes in. So, the invis from Kraken. They want to make a play right here on Pestilence. We'll see when this creep wave pushes out, if that is to come. Top lane, Pearl!
Might die here on this range creep.
Pearl almost dying right there.
Ooh, I think they could have killed him there on that range creep. It would have been a bit scarier diving in the tower.
They know he's missing, though. Yeah, like, well played by Snark. Very suspicious.
Yep, he's
What's
doing a
going on?
great job on Armadon of just keeping up his mana. I saw that he was completely out of mana after getting the kill. I don't know exactly how he got full mana, to be honest, but he has the protective talisman, he has the power supply, he got the mana potion or two fired out. It's just really important that you always stay healthy in the mana pool department.
Top lane. Pearl, Behemoth, both low. Behemoth's gonna be caught in the rotten grasp. He ain't getting out of that. He goes down as we do see Pearl just pushes away the supported cast, giving no chance for Behemoth to survive. So 3-1 start for the side of Yohoho, and a double damage rune going to be bottled up by Toffee. He's headed top lane on Kraken. The Legion team, they are retreating right now.
It's a pretty massive lead. It might not look like that big of a lead, 1.5k, 6 minutes in, but the big problem that I see is with this Armadon, it's gonna become a problem. And when you have a Trident versus Trident situation, and Armadon is the one who is solo in a side lane, if this Armadon doesn't die and he gets his Staff of the Master and he becomes really, really strong, they're gonna be so under level from the tri lane. Oh, top lane's gonna be action.
Yeah, release the Kraken's ready. Can he get a good guest off? He's having some trouble initially. Will charge over the Fisher though. There's the release. The Kraken pulling in two. Master of Arms goes down. Behemoth's gonna walk it off. Snark poured it in though. Trying to at least set up maybe a turn kill. Bash proc there on a Pearl, but don't think they're killing her. She's a little too tanky, and Snark will have to fall back on Pestilence. Geomancer goes back in the Great Fisher block on Colic playing the Andromeda. He's gonna have to hold his ground for now. Kraken's like, get away from my teammate. Nice golden apple. Staying alive for the time being. Port back in. Master of Arms is here, but great support coming out. I mean, that's crazy. No one else died.
I was thinking the exact same thing, Breaky. Have you ever seen that much action this short into a game without anyone dying? I mean, one person died, but it was absolutely incredible that no more people died. When I saw that Kraken will go off, I'm like, this is looking really, really bad. And then Pestilence comes in and it turns a couple of kills around, but then no kill happened there either. So it was just incredibly close. And you might not have seen it either, but on the bottom lane, Moraxis put out with like 2 health to spare, and even the Armadon is low down there too.
Nope, that's going to be a kill on a Deadwood. They take advantage of nobody else being nearby.
Moraxis died too.
Did he die again? Armadon? Oh no.
Complement each other. I was watching bot, you were watching top.
I mean, what is he doing? Like anything special? It's Armadon after he just snotting him up and then spamming him down with quills? Like.
Yep, I mean, Armadon is just really, really good in one-on-one situations. I don't expect the Moraxis to be able to do good against an Armadon at all. It's just a very tough matchup. And Armadon up to 520 GPM now. I mean, if I had to be brave and make a little bit of a predicament here, I would predict that this Armadon is going to absolutely take over this game within the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. He's 510 gold per minute.
That's just likely to happen.
Yeah, no, 510 gold per minute. He's obviously looking really good so far as the chances go of that. As he is going to go at it with Moraxis again. Moraxis popping the Matrix. He would love a turn kill here. This would be great revenge. There's Behemoth as well, and down goes Armadon. So, yeah, great timing there.
Badly. They needed that so badly.
Yeah.
It's a really, really important kill. Nicely done by them. Also, during all of that, of course, Behemoth had to leave the top lane, so they are now stuck with being 2 players against the 3 in the top lane. However, it seems like Deadwood is going to go towards the mid lane to maybe run up towards this Behemoth. And the Behemoth does have this Ion Stone that you've been talking about. It seems like this is a popular item getting picked up quite a bit.
Kona loves it. Kona loves it himself. He's like one of the only players that seems to pick it up, but yeah, he loves the Ion Stone going for root control. Yeah, do you see Armadon up here? Pestilence. Getting that great impel on 2 heroes, but he's by himself now. Oh, did he commit too far? Stark has to fly away. Kona, good job with the fissure stun, but down goes Pestilence, and Kraken showing up as well. We got a big clash here at the top lane. It is a 5 versus 5. Release the Kraken will be used. Geomancer's gonna get pulled in, so does Moraxis. Geomancer's dead. Moraxis told he's gonna try to run away, and he will survive for now, but can't save Master of Arms. Behemoth now the focus. He's trying to get away. No, Kraken charging in to finish up Moraxis, and down goes Behemoth. The 5 for nothing at the top lane. Yohoho making a statement in game 1.
That was like a chain event reaction mistake. Like once the Pestilence overcommits that far into the enemy team, the fight is already pretty much over. And then they were into saving mode where they all tried to make up for the mistake of the Pestilence, and they kind of go in one by one, and they end up TPing in all of their heroes. But you can't fight into the Armadon like this early on into the game. And when you make these types of heavy chain reaction type of feeding, it's gonna end up costing you the game, especially when you're playing against a good team like this.
Right. Oh, look at this Deadwood. How is he? He's actually gonna live despite being fissure blocked him right there.
Yeah, I
They're just
thought he
gonna
was
find
dead
him.
for sure.
He
Pestilence is gonna look for him.
He still might be dead. They know he's here. They obviously got the Geomancer.
Yeah, the Geomancer sees him, yeah.
They know exactly where he is. That's the power of Geomancer. We have seen Geomancer higher priority. We've seen banned even in some of these games, and that right there is exactly why. Geostock is a very good ability.
But at the end of the day, when you're playing a support hero and you're dying on the other side of the map by the enemy's tier 2 tower and they have 4 heroes there, you're like, I don't care. This is literally space created. That does not matter for him.
TP mid lane, that's going to be Deadwood. He has his Willowmaker good to go. We'll see if a play is made. And I don't think Moraxis saw him coming, actually. Rotten Grass going to place behind. He will avoid it. And that means Moraxis going to be fine. Pestilence shows up as well. Going to take the creep wave, but nothing more going to come of that.
Intrigued by this Armadon item build. I feel like this obviously is a really good player, and I love playing Armadon. So I feel like I'm probably going to have a thing or two to learn from him. There's a ton of build-up. Straight into a Shaman's Headdress. He's obviously up against a lot of magic damage. There's also a bunch of minus armor, but you don't have to address the minus armor right away. Bot lane's gonna be some action.
Potentially. Rotten Grass pits Pestilence. Here comes more axes. Puts the stomp out, but dear lord, he just melted on that Pestilence right there. Bubble gonna come out for Pearl, and now more axes. As soon as that Mageaxe explodes, he's gonna be vulnerable. Crude World Bubble back as well. Master of Arms trying to run north now. Get out of here, but Kraken also showing up. Master of Arms will be picked off. They are gonna lose Pearl, but with Kraken showing up, this could still be scary for Backdoor Protocol. Release the Kraken, gonna pull in Geomancer, keep close enough. Shockwave though from Kona takes out Andromeda as well as Deadwood. And Toffee will have to fall back on Kraken, so a lot of back and forth right there. Backdoor Protocol gets
that was great for the side of Legion. Whenever they can find a fight where Armadon is not gonna be there, that's gonna be their way to get back into this game. However, Armadon is of course on his own farming, and he is not at all going for this stuff. I love the stuff of the Master so much. I don't doubt for 1 second that he knows exactly what he's doing. So I'm just very intrigued to see where he's going with this, because he's just tanking up. And as I was trying to say before all of that action broke loose, there is a lot of minus armor on the side of Legion here with the swarm from the Pestilence and the acid bomb from the Master of Arms. But you don't really have to address it immediately because you don't have that much physical to follow it up with. It will become a problem later. He did go for the plated grace now though, so he's kind of covered on all fronts. I would be surprised if he doesn't buy the staff from here, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, he's as you mentioned, the plated grease pickup. He's got more armor. He's got more magic armor. He's understanding the situation, and now staff of the Master, just raw stats, and of course what it provides. I'm with you. Wouldn't be surprised to see next coming out for him, making use of that top farm, nearly 600 GPM now for the Armadon.
But bought something else.
Oh, bottom lane. Okay, Moraxis is fine. Thought they might have been engaging, but he's good to go. Pestilence gonna find Pearl. Don't think he's killing Pearl. She's got several abilities to help, including that right there. With Asphyxiate, she is fine.
A bit frustrating that I can't open the shop to find the names of it, but it looks like you went going for the upgraded Shaman's Headdress.
Oh, okay,
here,
yeah. The Psionic Hood, yeah.
Exactly, which is a fantastic item as well. The only thing that I react to a little bit about the Armadon build here is like he is so good to go with these items. Like this guy ain't dying anytime soon, but the items that he has bought doesn't accelerate his farm. So I would assume that you would just want to be in your enemy's faces here. Like if I'm Armadon here, I am running at this mid tower, I'm running at this bot tower, I'm getting this Kongor. Like you don't want to sit back and farm with these items. That is for sure. So let's see where he chooses to go here once he comes back to base.
So Pestilence is setting up a kill mid lane. He does have an invis. He ran past a Reborn, so they 100% saw him. And yeah, you see what the positioning. Kraken is going to be fine. He just charges away. Nothing too dangerous right there. Deadwood roaming in the Legion jungle. Oh, he might get a solo kill on Master of Arms. Unless he's going to get found first. Love Dog is hiding in the trees. They know he's somewhere over here. Oh, Geomancer just out of range.
Geomancer just out of range. Yep, saw that too. And Armadon is thinking in the same way that I'm thinking. Like he's good to go now. He needs to get active. He needs to start pushing a tower. He TPs down the bottom lane and starts applying pressure here. And I don't see Legion being able to fight into this Armadon whatsoever at this point. They need to just dodge and push the other lanes out as much as they can. Behemoth just picks up his portal key. I don't think that's enough, but it's enough to get some kills at least.
Deadwood gets out just before. A lot of TPs in the mid lane. That tower's taking some good damage right here. Master of Farms, though.
Pestilence died. It was in too deep.
He was. Yeah, he was way back there. So that's a good TP to the mid lane to help get that kill. You mentioned Behemoth just got his portal key, though. He is going to smoke up. So this is definitely an opening for Backdoor Protocol to try to make a play.
I don't think this is not a fight that they want to take at all. This is just them reacting because they have 2 portal keys.
Oh,
okay,
well, they're going for it.
Kill on mid lane.
Yeah, Pestilence isn't here, though. That's worth mentioning. Crystal on the back line's going to miss, though. Good charge out from Kraken. Down goes Behemoth. Reacts to the Matrix explosion. He's in the front line zone, a pretty bad spot. Colic going to swap it aggressively. He wants to do some damage and will do so on Master of Arms, excuse me, Moraxis. Master of Arms, he's been slowing down. Those snot storms just too much to get away from. He can't do so. He's going to be run down. The quill damage is insane. Down goes the final target. Pestilence, like we mentioned, he was still resurrecting when they engaged right there. You're right, Chess. It feels like they got a little too antsy right there.
Yeah, maybe they saw on this ward placed by Nova Pirate on the upper side that 2 heroes running into the Congo pit, so they couldn't react. And they did mess up their initiation a little bit because the Kraken did get his charge off right after the portal key in. But either way, like you can at most get a kill and get back and that's it, but you needed to dodge here. But they feel like they have to make something happen because they have 2 portal keys on their 2 initiation, and then they can't really flash farm because they don't have this rune cleaver type of carry or anything, so they feel pressure to make anything happen, but they just can't fight into this. I feel like this is a mountain that they're gonna have to climb if they're gonna get back into this game.
Ooh, the mountain's gonna get a lot steeper, Chessie. A massive stack just taken out by Armadon. He's gonna have 630 GPM now. And again, that staff of the Master, of course, is coming soon. And they're just gonna go for the first Congo now. At least Armadon is for the time being. Mid lane.
The Kraken ult in mid lane.
He is gonna be fine. Afro doing a good job of getting away right there. But yeah, speaking of Afro here on the Master of Farms, he gets
big fight now.
Caught actually. Yeah, good uproot. More so, Ryan Krass in the back lines. Armadon! Crystalfield's gonna hit, but the bubble from Pearl, yeah, they're not gonna commit further. They will lose more access. Pestilence is like, I gotta get out of here, I'm trying! So many slows and stuns, though, we pointed that out, and it is just so difficult to get away from this Hellborn team, especially once they're on top of you. Another victim falls, and it's gonna be a third one here. Master of Arms will fall as well. 18 minutes into the game, it is a dominant lead here in game 1 for Yohoho.
Yeah, if I'm Legion, I probably start to try to take one more fight, and then you might GG out of this one. You even have double damage spawning here. You're gonna have the staff coming up on the Armadon. You're gonna get the Phoenix. It's just gonna be pretty much impossible to turn this game around. I wonder how much this is being a pure skill gap between the teams, and how much is actually like draft or laning related, because I just saw this Armadon being solo in the safe lane against the Moraxis. I felt like that already is a pretty big misstep. But I don't know. They might just be a lot better too. I will have to see it and determine for myself in the next game.
Right. Yeah, that is the thing. It's best of 5, not a format that a lot of teams necessarily going to play for. But obviously, best of 3, the usual. But best of 5 save for more of these grand final moments, if anything. And knowing that you definitely have a long journey ahead of you, that is something to keep in mind. Is this being the first game? But yeah, watching this mid action, they did catch Andromeda, release a Kraken, no one responds, and oh my gosh, yeah, you just see the damage, the double damage in fact activated on Kraken is going to keep more access away. Pestilence will also go down. No, they're all dead.
So close.
Wait, Andrew lived? I thought she died. That was the illusion that died. Oh my gosh.
just managed to live. I think I honestly don't know exactly how all of the spells work on the Pearl. All that I know is that this Pearl is doing so much work, saving people left and
Pearl's
right.
so good. Yeah, no, her soothing presence heal is massive, and of course the bubble itself. Asphyxiate's also great too because of purges. So we talk about the swarm. You know, we've seen it several times. S-Gods is just purging that off immediately. So ain't sticking. Yeah, no, this is
Congress hitting still on the bot lane as well, and they just finish up the staff on the Armadon. It does have the Phoenix egg now. I mean, if I'm Hellborn, I have no rush at all to just like end this game. But you just get her up as 5. You just push these last tier 2 towers down on every side. You
Right.
just put vision all over the enemy side, pick up a bound jam on your side, and wait for the next Congo before you go high gun. There's no need to take any unnecessary risks because there's no, yeah, you're not gonna lose this game unless you heavily overcommit fight mid.
Yeah, big jump there from Deadwood and sets up the kill for Kraken to take place. Geomancer will catch Kraken, but I don't know if that's a catch you want to make. Geomancer is going to be the one that dies in the end, and Staff on Armadon, he rolls in. Meraxis, the Arcane Shield, it ain't going to save him. He too is going to get caught and die as well. So yeah, to the point I was just making there, you know, kind of touched on too. Again, this is game 1 of a best out of 5. So if you're Backdoor Protocol, you know, if anything, talking it over, you know, figuring out, using this time to be like, okay, what do we do for game 2? What adjustments? You know, obviously starting with the draft. Is there anything glaring to you, like now that you've seen this game and seen Yohoho play? Is there something, maybe ban the Armadon? Is it as simple as that? I mean, what are you thinking?
No, it's definitely not as simple as that, but I've been, in this situation so many times in my career where you lose a game 1 really hard and you have a best out of 5 to look forward to. If I am on the Legion side, I just don't want any negative energy to happen where you start fighting about unnecessary stuff.
Right.
So I would just say, if I'm Legion here, you just need to completely mentally reset from this game. Like, don't even sweat it. If there's something that is like really sticking out to you, like banning that Armadon, for instance, you think that's an important thing, or maybe the trialing setup in the beginning wasn't ideal, stuff like that you can discuss, but you shouldn't go into individual games plays in the game.
Yeah, this is it. Just the chaos continues. Obviously, the Hellborn team is feeling very confident, as they should be. Just diving into the base, past the tier 3 tower. They're going to take out the tier 3 tower as well as most of the team. And now push a Rax on top of that. So this is, you know, it ain't official yet, but let's be honest. It's looking like a 1-0 series lead is definitely within our grasp here. In fact, GGs are called. So it is official now.
I can tell also that they know more about me, about some of what they're doing here in the Hellborn side. This Andromeda carry rushing the Staff of the Master is not something I've ever seen, and I don't know much about. Playing this Deadwood support with boost level 1, very unconventional. I've never seen anything like it. And just the fact that I play a lot of Armadon. I love playing this hero. And he's building the same type of items that I would buy on this hero, but just in a different timing. Like, I would get the staff way earlier, but I kind of like what he's doing more than what I'm doing. So I feel like already I'm learning by watching these guys.
Absolutely. That's a great thing about watching these events. Any level of player, us as commentators, you know, there's so much to learn. These players, it's they dedicate a lot of time to figuring this stuff out and what works, etc. So it is going to be official. There we go. The World Tree's down. 1-0 lead for Yohoho by Jab over Backdoor Protocol. But, you know, it's one more to say. But it is a best out of 5. So we'll see. And expecting, frankly, a pretty strong response from Backdoor Protocol. But like I said, and now that you've had the chance, Chessie, you've already touched on it a little bit. But to see Yohoho and what they're capable of, are you impressed?
They're a strong team. I can't see all of the items on every hero now in the post game screen, but they also have a little bit of this going that I mentioned slightly on my previous cast, where the itemization in the team just makes sense. They have the Abyssal Skull on the Pearl, for instance. They had of course the Staff of the Master on Andromeda. They had the Assault Cuirass on the Kraken. Like their itemization is not like what you classically would do on these heroes had you been playing them in a pub. But if you're playing as a team and you want to itemize properly to fight against the opposing team for the heroes that you're playing against, it just looks really good.
Well, we got a little bit of a break going to be coming up here, and obviously game 2 to follow. Should be about a 5-minute break, and then go to get things set up for our second match. Again, starts with the draft. We'll see what Backdoor Protocol has as far as adjustments go, but Yohoho certainly has to be feeling pretty good after that dominant first game victory. Ladies and gentlemen, also, you know, not to you know, I guess it is a tease in the end. It was definitely stick around for after game number 2. Going to be announcing something here on stream, and you know, something to be excited for those that are active with HoN Reborn, and let's just say the hero community voting that has been going on may have an update on that coming up. We'll talk about that
Eesh.
after game number 2 concludes there. But we're going to go on a short break, so definitely stick around. Plenty to stick around for, and with our coverage, including that second game, which will be right around the corner. Backdoor Protocol versus Yohoho on BreakyCPK, joined by Chessie. The grand finals, best out of 5 for the Reborn Invitational. Coverage continues next. right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Game number 2, draft is underway, and here we go. Once again, it's a 1-0 lead for Yohoho by Jab, making a pretty confident statement there, I think it's safe to say, in game number 1. I mean, you can call the draft what it was too, but again, back to protocol, the draft seemed overall pretty solid. It's just a matter of Yohoho played well. Their execution was on point. They were saving one another constantly. You could tell their communication was definitely there. I mean, they deserved that win. Absolutely so. So, very interested to see how game number 2 starts and adjusts, and we already see an early adjustment with the draft underway. If Backdoor Protocol, they first picked the Armadon here, Chessie.
Yeah, I thought the Backdoor Protocol was going to be Legion as well in this game, if I read the situation correct. Because they also, one more thing that I mentioned, I felt like the Pearl was doing a lot of heavy lifting on the support there, and they did opt to ban the Pearl and then insta-pick the Armadon. I don't know necessarily that this is the issue, the root issue of the game. It might have been a major contributing factor, but it's slightly worrisome to me when I see that you read in this much into the previous game instead of just like playing your own game and switching up your game plan and trying something else. It just looks like they drew a lot of conclusion to what happened in the previous game, and now they're adjusting to just that. I might be wrong, but it's slightly worrisome, at least when I see that happening in the draft.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, and I will say, Drunken Master with the follow-up, we have not seen Drunken yet this whole tournament. I cannot recall can we see Drunken, so in East or West from what I've been seeing. So that's definitely another one of these, Backdoor Protocol, they've shown they're not afraid to try different things. There's definitely, been a couple examples of that throughout the event, and obviously they are here. They very much deserve to be here.
Is this a support, Drunken Master, do you think?
I have no clue.
I think it kind of has to be, because if you're picking 2 strength cores, the first thing you do, you're just asking to get countered. And I haven't played HoN Reborn at a professional level, so I don't know enough to know exactly what counters these type of heroes. But if you did this in Dota, you would get countered immediately. You could never do this. And I'm sure there are counters that there will be no on the Hellborn side. Slither is looking like an amazing pick for the purpose of doing something like that. Yeah. Because you buy this, I can't remember the name of it now, but you buy this item that reduces health regeneration, and it's just hard for strength heroes. Yeah. No, not that one. The Spell Sunder, I believe. Yeah, Dreamcatcher too, of course. Right. And you buy these types of items, and you run in with an Aghanim Scepter on the Slither. I'm gonna assume that the Slither is gonna be playing a core role, and it's just really hard to play into. Monarch might be a good way to counteract some of that, though.
Yeah, I mean, Monarch's great against a hero like Slither. Her ultimate definitely can help, and the save of the cocoon, as you're getting at there. So, but again, it's like, hey, the game is still very new. I'm not going to act like we have an established meta. This is the very first turn we've been over this. But these are 2 heroes now that we haven't seen yet. You like the Corrupted Disciple?
Yeah, I love it because it's so easy to run at the Armadon and just drain his damage. And one thing that Armadon really doesn't like to play against, it's Nullfire Blade. And it's not the typical item that you buy on Corrupted Disciple every game that you play it. But if I'm playing Armadon and someone is draining my damage and hitting me with a Nullfire Blade and draining my mana at the same time, it is just the worst. So I feel like the Hellborn is off to a great start in this draft, and it just looks a bit all over the place with the Legion side.
Right. Yeah, they're pretty confident, and from what we've seen, and just again, as far as like it makes sense as you're getting at the Magnus follow-up. Colic has actually been playing a bit of Magnus, I know, for their side. Again, we saw him play Andromeda last game, but without the draft shaping up, maybe going to be on the Magnus instead. We'll ultimately see when the game starts, of course. But yeah, definitely a very sound draft. But I will say this about Backdoor Protocol: I mean, it's or obviously you could bring some question marks here for good reason, I think. But hey, you know what? Why not try something different? Let's think with that mentality. Sure. Let's try something different and see what we can make of it. They finished with a Glacius Pebbles. Again, Pebbles not a hero. We maybe seen Pebbles once, but they're just throwing it all there.
I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer here, Breaky, but Pebbles into Slither is one of those matchups that's just so annoying. I mean, you get slowed by the Q, you're just stuck. You're trying to initiate with your portal key, and there's Slither wards all over the place. It's so annoying. You get hit by the ultimate from the Slither, so annoying. Like, it it's not the hero I would want to go with against a Slither in general. And I will say I'm being a lot negative on both sides here. I'm being a bit negative about against the Hellborn side too. Hag, I don't know why Hag would be specifically good here. I feel like Monarch is really good against the Hag in general. Maybe they just like the matchup against the Pebbles, but I feel like Pebbles should be able to get quite a bit of farm from the mid lane either way. And I did mention that I think that maybe the Drunken Master is going to be a position 4 because you never want to pick 2 strength cores with your first 2 picks. I mean, that's just not good drafting in any MOBA ever. But it seems like that's what they are opting to do. The Drunken Master is not going to be a position 4 because Stagulacious and Monarch on the side. It's just these 3. When I see these 3 strength cores and I see a Slither on the enemy side, I just don't have much hopes for the Legion side. And maybe this is when the caster curse, the famous caster curse, comes into
You're
place.
really
The
setting
Legion
it
just
up,
rolls Hellborn.
You're absolutely setting it up for that, and then after the game, you're going to be like, genius, backdoor protocol, you're well played. No, it's obviously, still a lot could happen, but no, I think your insight is absolutely sound and definitely deserving of it for sure. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, on paper, definitely, and Yohoho is clearly a team that they understand that too. That's why they drafted like they did, certainly. So, Backdoor Protocol, they have their work cut out for them. There is no if and buts about it. They're down 1-0 already, but we'll see. You know, it starts with the laning phase, and you know, they're I'm sure hoping for, and I would think pretty confident that they can at least get an early start here within said laning phase, some way somehow. So we'll see how they shape that
Seems
up.
also I don't know Drunken Master hero all too well. I mean, I did used to play him a lot back in the days, but it's kind of been changed a bit over the years. I don't know the timings of this hero too well right now, but it seems like it's gonna be a long time until the Legion time comes online and they can really start fighting well. Whereas Hellborn, I feel like they're right at level 1. They're gonna go into the game and they're like,
Right.
yo, let's go fight.
Ready to take action to them,
And also let's see what happened. They said 2 minutes, so we're gonna have a little bit of a time before we start games, so we can keep theory crafting a little bit. But last game we didn't see too much of action happening level 1. We saw no one teeping out anywhere. We saw not much really happened apart from this Legion side placing this lane ward that I keep seeing over and over. And there's nothing wrong with this lane ward, but I feel like at some point it should start getting dewarded because I see it every single game. So I see if they place it again. But there's so much potential from fighting level 1 on the Hellborn side. I feel like the Legion side isn't quite. They're not bad level 1 either, but they're not as strong as the Hellborn side level 1.
Right.
So I would probably want to see the Legion side avoid this 5 versus 5 clash level 1. Maybe don't 5-man TP into a 5-man TP. I think the Hellborn side is going to end up winning that. So let's see how they react and play accordingly.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that because I was thinking the same thing, honestly, along that line where, that first game we didn't necessarily see that, any kind of clash take place. Yesterday we had several instances where, we had bloodlust very early on because of teams encountering one another within a jungle, TPing in, even S5 for one of the games I recall, and making a play there. So that's been fun to watch as well to see, how teams from game to game make those adjustments. So will they go for that kind of play or will it be more of just a ward placement, one person.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about it because we were talking about a lot of other things. But another thing that happened in the last game that must have been a pre-thought by Yohoho by sending this Armadon. And that's not a hero that you send solo offlane. That's not a solo offlane type of hero. So they must have understood that on the side of Backdoor Protocol that they were going to aggressive tri-lane and they wanted this Armadon against the Moraxus in the side lane. So a reason why they might not have TP'd out to make anything happen is because they already understood what the lanes were going to be looking like beforehand.
All right, game is officially starting. They're just picking their heroes, and then we'll be loading in here in just a second. Of course, the draft happening, and then just do the all pick once. Wait a second. That's a Monkey King. What are we doing here?
Hey, let's just pick the heroes we
They're
think are
just
going
like,
to win the
you know
game.
what?
Screw the draft.
We're gonna throw you off right here. Look at us go.
Hey, Ophelia carry, I'm all for it, baby.
Let's go. That's you know, they're sticking to the random there. Yeah, bit of a misclick, unfortunately. So just gonna remake this one, I'm sure, and gonna be good to go. Yeah, Monkey King. Being picked up,
and he also has the gall to blame it on someone else. Someone said monkey shrug.
We changed our minds. We're allowed to do that, right? Yeah. That's how this works, right? We can adjust after the draft finishes. Yeah. No, that is not the case. So yeah, obviously just
Also,
gonna get a
the
remake
prediction
here.
that you have going in the chat, are they able to see the draft prior to the prediction, or can they not see any of the draft?
I mean, it goes until they're. I believe how I have the time set up. They should be able to at least start seeing some of the draft at the very least. But
Okay.
um,
Okay, so if you're a smart betting man and you feel like you have an edge in knowing about the game of Heroes of New Earth, you can see a little bit of the draft and then adjust your pick accordingly if you think one side or the other have an edge based on the heroes that have been picked.
there you go. New lobby's up. Make sure you get in this one. And get in that spectator slot.
Yep.
We should be good to go.
Locked and loaded.
All right. All the players, just waiting on a couple more players, and then we'll be good. Again here, so the grand finals here. Best of the 5, obviously a big statement made in game 1 by Yohoho. Like I said, I'm certainly expecting Backdoor Protocol to make a good response here in game number 2. Now the draft, though, yeah, there are absolutely some question marks for sure, but starts with the lane, though, and we're about to find out here shortly, you know, obviously what kind of TP play we see early
Anytime
on.
you have... I believe that the Reborn draft is stronger in this case, but anytime you have like a superior draft, it doesn't at all translate to you just winning the game straight up. If you lose the laning stage pretty bad and you don't get the proper lane setups, anything can happen. So I'm excited to see how they're going to respond on the side of Backdoor Protocol with the laning stage here. Are we going to see TP squad? We have Hag TPing bottom and Andromeda TPing top, so they're not going to do any 5-man shenanigans here, but they do want to get these wards out immediately.
Yeah.
Does this mean perhaps that Hag is going to be solo laning in the off lane? Because I was a bit curious why they picked this, and he places the ward not to block a camp, but to get vision from the side. I'm a bit curious to what their lanes are going to look like here, because I was a bit confused by the Verge Hag pick. I wasn't quite sure if they wanted it for some specific matchup. It looks like he's going to be offlaning solo by himself.
Well, I wonder, yeah, getting this ward done, especially for that early information to see if maybe adjustments are to be made. But
yeah,
the Legion
that's
team
a great point. That
yeah.
might have been why he placed it right there.
Legion team, though, they're playing just extra safe. They are, you know, Monarch is exploring a little bit right now into the jungle, but.
And are we going to be seeing a dual mid here, Break? Is this a Glacius and a Pebbles dual mid, or is
I don't
Glacius
think
going
so.
to run to the top lane?
We saw this yesterday as well, where they kind of sit mid and then wait, because just like yourself, they're not really sure what to expect when it comes to the lane. So waiting for the information and then make the adjustments accordingly is likely to be the play here.
Oh yeah, the Glacius do have, when I see his inventory, he has 2 Lunar Tears, which I really like. When you're playing with Armadon, you're definitely laning this with Armadon when you the double Lunar Tears. Having this extra mana in the beginning, and like you said, they're starting with 2 supports running in the middle lane because they want to adapt to what's happening in... But one more thing that you can do when you're doing this is to just get out early and place an aggressive ward with someone. So that you can see what kind of lanes you're going to be running into. But hey, they are 2 versus 2 mid to start at the very least.
Yeah, they are. It is going to be. Yeah, that is interesting. It ends up being a 2 versus 2 mid, something we really haven't seen throughout this tournament much at all. And sure enough, both teams end up sending.
Glacius Pebbles was a classic back in the days during the Stay Green days. We played this all the time.
Yeah. No, that is.
I like the spell usage there. You want to use the spells like that as soon as you possibly can. Hitting back pretty hard.
Yeah, not going to be a kill, but definitely making a statement early on. Of course, level 2 is where it starts to get extra interesting. Obviously, both Glacius and Pebbles especially really become potent when it comes to a kill potential. So that'll be what I'm looking for in the next minute or so here. See if a kill
I think
happens.
that's
Ooh,
it,
top lane.
yeah, a little pressure on the top lane there as well. I think it looks a little amateurish to me, but you might get away with it in Reborn. Is that I'm calling on the Glaciers here. He places that mid ward right in their face, like he's in full vision placing that mid ward. But what I have learned over the last few weeks of playing this game is that you can just top might be a kill.
Is that going to be a kill? They're chasing. They want a Tog. The conduit's draining, but no damage is coming out. The taunt goes up. Oh,
not a nuke in
Berzerk
1 second.
can't get it. Oh,
Oh
the
my
electric
God.
tide out of range. Navi Pirate, though, he is going to end up going down, so they will get the Bloodlust just on the target that they didn't necessarily want to get. But hey, you take that, of course, if you're Yohoho.
Yeah, what I wanted to say about this ward that he placed on Imcon on Glacier's mid is he is in absolute full vision in their face, just placing this ward. And I mean, that used to be a no-no for the longest of time, because obviously you can just de-ward it immediately. But because you can drop items on the ground as the Glaciers, and they don't know if you can trick them by just dropping the ward on the ground, and they don't know if you place it or not, so you can actually
Smart.
get away with it. There might be a kill here.
Yeah, there's that level 2. As mentioned, they definitely become a bit more potent. Not able to finish off Magnus, though. He is able to stun out. Gets the health potion use and will be fine. But yeah, certainly kill potential in the mid lane. I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of minutes here at the very least. So our only solo lane, Chessie, is that Drunken Master versus Wretched Hag.
Yeah, I was just looking at it. You're
Yep.
reading my mind here. And one thing that I wanted to point out is that historically, typically, when you're playing a Wretched Hag against a melee hero, you always want to get 2 points into the haunt.
Oh, sure.
And just spam that out. But I've tried it a couple of times myself, and it doesn't seem that impactful. It ends up just not being worth it. Skilling 2 points in the E seems to be the new way to go.
Okay. Yeah, Kalik, that's exactly what he's done here. So interesting to look at there. But Drunken Master, slight advantage over the Hag. 14-1 now against an 11-1. Obviously has the lane pushed up in his favor. Using that new Drunken Brawler, of course, from Plinko. So after the Blonde getting some Plinko luck there, where others maybe have not. But so that's fun to see at least with the Drunken pick. But yeah, I mean, Drunken's a snowball here. I think that's a good way to describe him, Ryan. I know you mentioned it has been a while since he really played him, but he definitely fills that role. If you get early farm, he's definitely capable of getting killed. Even with something like Ghost Marchers alone, he can dish out a lot of damage unexpectedly. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing from Afro here, at least for Backdoor Protocol.
Yeah, and as I said in the last game there, where I was thinking like the Armadon is so happy to be soloing against this Miraxus, I am sure that this Drunken Master is very, very happy to be soloing against Wretched Hag. I don't think the Hag is going to be shutting down this Drunken Master whatsoever.
Andrew nearly going down right there. But yeah, no, Drunken, he is having free farm for sure. Is top of the game right now, 370 gold per minute. But Andromeda nearly down at the top lane as he's doing some more stacks in that pole camp. Monarch could not finish him off. Yeah, something about Monarch. Again, a hero we haven't seen yet in this tournament, but so kind of bringing it up. She does have the Noxious Cloud, which obviously could also be used for vision, can be a ward itself. Interested to see that used throughout the game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. Doesn't have it yet, though. But yeah, you know, puts that little caterpillar on the ground, and you can choose to either just simply use it for the cloud, which slows people and does damage, or it puts a ward that then, once ran over, it will explode and do the same effect there.
I found out real fast that the Hag actually ends up going towards this bot lane, I believe, and TP's all the way back to base, running back to bottom with no boost. I mean, this Drunken Master is gonna have a field time in this game. Yeah, I can't emphasize this enough. When I said last game that the Armadon being as farmed as he was gonna be a great benefit to their team, this Drunken Master being this farm, I mean, who is gonna shut him down? He has fortified bracers, he has his protective talisman. I mean, he's taking no harass damage at all from this Wretched Hag.
Yeah.
I
Magnus?
think it's looking pretty good for Legion.
Mid lane, Toffee's gonna be fine. In fact, holding his ground, he wants to go for the turn kill. The poison spray
Beautiful.
put out. Pebbles is dead. I thought for sure Magnus was gonna be in trouble, but good job standing his ground. And they might get a kill on Glacius as well. Glacius trying to finish the job. The auto attack's not enough to the
Oh
heal.
my god,
What
that's so
regen use.
beautiful.
And look at him, he's
The
still
bottle
farming.
ticks. The bottle ticks in between each auto attack, and then the health potion. I don't know if he used it himself or the Slater used it
Yeah.
on the Magnus. But it's absolutely beautiful. And he also did something that reminds me of Super KGE when I've been watching his stream. He's a really good Magnus player as well, where he would hit all of those creeps and then he would stun in. It looked like the Magnus was the one who was going down initially. top lane is gonna have some action going.
Hag nearly dying, one hit away from death, but she blinks away. Top lane, Navi, he's going to put himself under with the cocoon. It's going to mitigate damage for a couple of seconds, but that's it. Of course, you can't move with that, and Muzan just stands his ground. He has the conduit charges, dealing plenty of damage to finish the job. And now Toffee, did he go too far? Or Tolga, excuse me, on the Armadon.
Yeah, Andromeda
okay,
is
never
just,
mind. Andromeda goes down.
There, I think.
Well, Slither's going to get some immediate revenge, though. So
Worth
big
it.
picture, I think, yeah, the Hellborn team, Yohoho's pretty happy with the outcome there.
Yeah, but what I was saying previously, the Magnus was hitting all of. It looked like Magnus was the one in danger, but he had other plans. He was hitting all of the creeps one by one, and then he just stunned in, and he nuked all of the creeps down, proccing the volcanic touch on all of them, and just doing like a bomb of damage onto this pebble, turning it around. Oh, they might be going on the Magnus here. He's completely fine.
He's the bottle, the protective talisman. He now has a bracer. This Magnus is tanky. He's proven that. You gotta do a bit more if you're the Glacius Pebbles combo to take him out for sure.
But yeah, it was a beautiful sequence though. Is what I wanna say in conclusion there between the Magnus and the Andromeda in the mid lane. They were going on him again, but Slither's coming back. He's gonna go down here, I think.
This time, double damage. Hey, that'll do it. Double damage, Pebbles. He hits like a rock, for lack of a better word, right there. He's
see what you did there, Breaky.
Yeah,
I think that was pretty poor from the Magnus. He got way too greedy because he got initiated on twice with this double damage rune. And top lane, David might die here.
Andromeda's dead.
They did get him.
You mentioned the corrupted disciple pick.
The Armadon is dead.
Armadon, excuse me. Yeah, you mentioned the corrupted disciple pick. It is so good in the match. The conduit, he's able to drain so much damage from the Armadon as well. And you see right
and
there.
Armadon is just not the same here when you're not snowballing. No, when you get off to a slower start like this, I mean it is so much more manageable. As we saw last game, we had about 500 BPM. Bot lane.
Yeah, look at that damage though. That's what I'm talking about. Slither was nearby, but he doesn't even care. He's gonna start drinking, and actually TP's coming in. Stark is here as well as Glacius, and they're gonna combo.
Magnus has to run.
He is not level 6. You mentioned. Oh, Magnus!
Oh, he messed up his stun.
He's like, oh, I'm just gonna walk it off. Nobody saw that.
Do we see some nerfs happening here, Breaky?
The range on that lava surge. It's level 3. He definitely just misclicked right there for sure. But
for sure.
Yeah.
But I have mentioned it a couple of times now. This Drunken Master, he is not able to be harassed, and this Hag, he is not able to do much against this Drunken Master. I mean.
Yeah.
It comes back to I did say already in the picking stage, I didn't quite see the reason for picking this Hag, especially if you're gonna put it off then, and you're gonna have some kills happening top here.
Andro, yeah, the Cool's gonna finish the job. Glacius, he shows up top lane for the first time, gonna try to help get the kill on Slither. Slither's not level 6 yet, so no Poison Nova threat, and they are definitely taking advantage of it. They take him out now. Stun onto
He's
Corrupted.
gonna kill him too.
The Glacial downpour, yes, Kona. Surprised no taunt coming out right there, but well played indeed. A Backdoor protocol. They're feeling much better with how game 2 is going. That's for sure.
Yeah, they're off to a fantastic start here. There've been some, from what I saw in the first game, some uncharacteristic mistakes on the side of the Hellborn side here. And also when I saw the Slither being picked, I assumed that it was gonna be a core Slither because the core Slither is what counters the strength heroes. I don't think the support hero is nearly as impactful, but we'll see how the game progresses. I think the Corrupted is still the hero to look for, but on the Hellborn side. But I think the game is in Drunken Master's hands. He's the one who's gonna have to take him to the promised land here.
Well, and like I said, we saw in that Hag, he has the Ghost Marchers now with the Devo Gauntlet. He dishes out damage. That level 4 stagger, that between the 3-point strike is ultimate, especially if he gets that proc with the third hit, obviously.
He has 1,400 health, Breaky.
That too, exactly. And you know, something about this Hellborn team, you mentioned about, you know, Slither's a great pick, etc. I will say this Hellborn team, taking a step back to it, it's a lot of magic damage. It is very magic heavy. They do have some physical with the Corrupted, but that really is it. A lot of magic damage means Devo Gauntlet, the Shaman's Tetris, Barrier Auto, wouldn't be surprised to see. These are items that are certainly going to help these strength cores on this Legion side.
Top is going to have, they're doing a big wrap on the top lane now.
They are. Armadon, he's going to realize that the conduit charges up, and he's gaining a lot of damage once again. Oh, nice job by Monarch right there, popping the ultimate, giving the speed burst and the Persian. Now Drunken Master shows up, Andromeda going to be calling. No, the Cocoon! It's going to save him initially, but not enough. Drunken going a little too deep right there. Well played by Yohoho, and Muzan still holding his ground. Wretched Hag is coming as well with a Bat Blast ready to go, I'm guessing. Yes, it hits too! And it nukes them down. Conan Glacius, can he get away? Another blink from Hag. 5 more seconds, it's not even needed. They just run him down. Monarch will be the sole survivor. What a turn by Yohoho,
Becky,
and
I'm
they're going for the
sad
tower.
I wasn't able to say this before, because then I was gonna sound a little bit more like a wizard, and now I'm not, because I'm saying it in hindsight. But they were at such a good position to win the game previous to that engagement, and I was just about to say, this is where we're truly gonna see if this is like a big team diff or if it was actually just a strategy difference from the first game.
Right.
And I believe that that engagement right there shows you that there is a pretty big disparity in skill between these two teams, because they were in a bad spot before prior to taking that fight on the Hellborn side, but they just outplayed them pretty hard there.
Yeah, no, that was, again, Yohoho, when it comes to execution, both in Game 1 and as we saw right there in that team fight, looked pretty solid for sure. And this Corrupted Disciple, he is starting to really
so
get a gap
farmed.
now. Yeah,
I
570.
don't understand what happened. How did he get this form?
I
he
mean,
must have gotten a bunch of kills, but I just
yeah.
saw this Drunken Master, and I was like, this Drunken Master is untouchable. And suddenly I'm looking at this Corrupted, and like, this Corrupted is a problem.
Well, before that last fight, I mean, I think he was kind of even with the Drunken, if anything, maybe slightly behind. But yeah, the last fight, he got a lot of assistant kills, and that really shot him ahead for sure, as we see. But, oh, middle clash, more so at the top rune spot. Monarch likely to go down first. Armadon trying to at least kill Andromeda. Nice regen. Here comes Drunken Master, though, once again. They clean up both those supports. Steam Bath from Magnus. He has a stun in 2 seconds. He'll be fine. They're not going to commit. They know Corrupted's coming over as well.
Oh, he might cancel the TP for the Drunken. No, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Oh, he went for it.
He tried.
That could have been.
Okay.
He might die anyways.
It might cost him his life here, Chessie. Double damage Pebbles. The bottle uses, though. He's just out of range. Snark is a little too slow.
Oh my god.
He can't keep up.
In Magnus's defense, he has no idea that there was a Pebbles with a portal key, because typically you don't go portal key Pebbles like this. Like he barely has any build-up items. Like you usually will see Steam Boost before. Oh, he might be staying too long on Pebbles top.
Yep, he gets caught. Monarch gonna do what he can to help save, and Glacial downpour as well from Glacial. Actually, some good damage right here. Corrupted Disciple needs to be careful with the conduits up. The swarm from Andromeda, and they kill all three. Does Yohoho? I guess 2 of them. Monarch did get out, but yeah, good job. Again, it just seems like that they're just there to respond so quickly with one another.
It's when I played with a team in Dota called OGC, then we were coached by the legendary No-Tail and Seb for a while, and they always had this terminology of playing fast, and playing fast just means you instead of killing that last creep in your lane, you show up for your team instead of being in the jungle for that extra second.
Right.
Just every small little decision that you can make to make sure that you're on the same page as your team is just so crucial in being there in the right moment at the right time. And mid is going to be an initiation. I messed it up a little bit.
Yeah, that was the idea at least. Eruption. It's still so weird seeing that canceled.
But yeah, when I watch this Hellborn team, I do think back of that terminology of playing fast,
Right.
where they are just that little one step ahead in every engagement, where they have one more hero show up. They're just slightly faster to everything that's happening on the map right now.
Absolutely. Snark, speaking of being fast, he just bottled up a haste rune. He does have Striders now as well, so very interesting that he is going for the all-in. I just want to run around and combo people down build. You mentioned the early portal key with very little build up. And now Striders. Oh,
I want to say yeah, let's see.
They are going to engage right here. Glacius is nearby as well, but again, just the numbers. The Hellborn team is just simply ready to respond. Eruption on top of Monarch. The Cocoon's just going to delay the inevitable as down goes Monarch. Just is a perfect example of exactly what you're talking about, Chessie.
And Corrupted is also bullying them out from the top lane. It was 1v2 there for a little bit. But about the item build that you mentioned on the Pebbles, typically I don't like the like resigning yourself to becoming this initiation type Pebbles that's not gonna scale in one way or another. But in this game I don't mind it at all, because both of your side lanes are cores that are going to be scaling. Then you can't also be the guy to be scaling on the Pebbles hero mid. You need to be the one creating space for your side lanes this game.
Yeah. Afro on Drunken, he continues to be kind of the shining star for this Legion team, and he wasn't able to combo down Wretched Hag, though. It's a good TP from Andromeda to be a threat and force him to fall back, but we're going to see once again right here. Oh, does he have a Void Talisman?
Yep, I was just going to say, beautiful item build. I think that saved him there. I mean, Andro was behind him. It was probably, Andromeda was probably going to save him either way. But that's just another heads-up itemization. I would never have thought of it myself. But it's, I mean, obviously something that you can do against a Drunken Master that just ensures that you just not get one shot every
I mean,
time.
it is the prime item against a Drunken Master, absolutely. So yeah, not typical to see on a hero like
They're
Hack,
smoked
but
and bottom here. They are so set up for this. They're ready to take this fight.
they really are. Drunken's gonna pick up on it though, and he will be able to stagger away initially. Corrupted Disciple, he wants to chase. Glacius gonna be the first victim. Snark off to the side. He's waiting for his opportunity. Will it come? Tolg on Armadon. He's just gonna start spamming the quills. Navi. He'll pop his ultimate, try to keep his team away with the cleansing wind, but no, the swap aggressively. They catch Armadon. Monarch is picked off, and Armadon is too going to be run down. It's just, again, Yohoho, they just show up as a team. You could tell Backdoor Protocol didn't want to fight. They read it, but they just simply get run down. The Energizer use, they're playing fast.
They were set up for it. They understood that what was happening. They were already smoked by the time that they were showing up to their tower. And it's like, it's way different if they're only one or two heroes getting initiated on, and then they're like TPing to react, and they end up getting this kill on the Legion side, getting the kill on the Hellborn side, and then it kind of can snowball from there. But if you're already two heroes behind the guys who are getting initiated on smoke, only one hero has to TP in, they're just reading the match perfectly.
They take out the bottom tier 1 tower as well. You got Corrupted Disciple, 600 plus GPM. He finishes a Geometer's Bane.
Yep, I wonder if he will go Nullfire next. We'll see.
Yeah,
he might not feel like he needs it, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll see. So, backlines, they combo onto the Hag, and this time the Void Talisman's not going to save him, so well played right there. Conduit's up on Armadon, though. That's going to drain a lot of damage for this Corrupted Disciple. Cocoon, again, just delaying the inevitable.
They're back in the Cocoon.
They're going back. Drunken Master wants to go and try to finish that Corrupted Disciple, but he got too committed, and now he needs help from Monarch. He's going to stagger around, doing some good combination right there. Beautiful combo from Pebbles. Glacius assisting, but is it enough damage? Magma stays alive in the Steam Bath, and now Corrupted Disciples are running back up. The aggressive swamp from Andromeda. Drunken will fall, and so does Monarch. How are four players still alive?
I wish we had the ability to do a replay straight afterwards, because the way that the Corrupted Disciple played that fight was absolutely beautiful. He did mess up a little bit by hitting the Cocoon on Armadon and hitting him in the back for a couple of extra quills, but he was so low on the Corrupted. I think a lot of Corrupted Disciples in that position would have been like, screw this, I am 600 GPM, I'm just gonna back out of this fight. But he just sat in the tree line behind all of this initiation. So when the Pebbles jumps in, he gets 3 people. It looks so good from the Legion side. It looks like he's gonna kill everyone. And then the Corrupted just pops out with his 200 health or whatever he has. Yeah. And he just turns it around and kills everyone. The Corrupted played that fight absolutely beautifully.
It really was. That was so well played. You know, we talked about it's heavy magic damage overall, yes, on the Hellborn side. And we even see the priority. Both Drunken and Armadon got Shaman headdresses. A Psionic could now finished on Armadon. But even with this itemization, it just doesn't matter. They still are not able to sustain themselves in these fights. I mean, Armadon, the king of being a tank, he ain't looking too tanky, despite his item build. In these fights, they're able to just burn through it.
I think it comes down to, a lot. There's 7,000 gold behind now, so at that point it becomes a different beast altogether, and they might go for the Phoenix here too. But just the fact that you're picking this Drunken Master and the Armadon as your first 2 cores, and the Hellborn side having the understanding of the counters that exist in the game to 2 first pick strength cores, and they go with the Corrupted as a counter. I mean, you can just see it. Even if you have these 2 headdresses straight away, the Corrupted, he doesn't really care. He just does his thing, and he has his minus armor as well with the Overload, but he also have the minus armor with the Andromeda. And just the fact that he is the most farmed hero on the map, I mean, oof, this hero is looking disgusting right now. I wonder what he's gonna buy. I don't know too much about this hero.
About which one?
Or the item build. About Corrupted Disciple. I don't know.
Corrupted, gotcha.
I wonder if you could maybe get an Aghanim Scepter or Scepter the Master, I'm sorry.
It's possible, yeah. So,
initiation happening?
Yeah, so there's Cotton now. He did get his Poison Nova off, though, so you could say kind of did his job as the fight continues. Yeah, Drunken's trying to live. The Conduit up on him. He's doing no damage right now. He's just going to have to get out. Corrupted Disciple's doing plenty of damage. Again, Armadon, he's caught in the midst of it, and he just melts. Despite his build, it doesn't matter. 20 minutes into the game, Yohoho, the biggest lead yet. They killed Phoenix. Obviously, the egg is uncorrupted. He also has that Phoenix fail item. Certainly helping there as well, and now they're going to kill Condor on top of this.
I think there was a buyback used on the side of Legion as well. I'm not sure. I thought I heard the sound of it.
Looks like, yes, Glacius did.
Okay. Oh, he did go for the Nullfire Blade, so... of course, it makes full sense. I think the Nullfire Blade, like I said, even before the game, is probably the item that you want, but you don't want to rush it. And then when you have the Geometer Spend, you get that much more value from the Nullfire Blade because your illusions are also going to be adding the effect of the Nullfire Blade.
Oh, Drunken's caught in the jungle. Glacia's kind of nearby. Can he really help save him here? Another stagger away. Swap, though, going to bring him right back in. And Corrupt Disciple also going to cut him off. The barrier idol use, I mean, again, he's so tanky, but it just doesn't matter. They just keep him in check. They keep him nearby close enough for long enough. And they do finish the job. And so Drunken's dead for another 40 seconds. Conqueror pushing down middle. They're going to go for now this tier 1 middle tower. Without Drunken, I don't know if you can feel comfortable fighting this. Oh, Pebbles, he gets caught too. Poison Spray hits Armadon, and now it's his turn. He's in trouble. Nice cleansing wind. But, oh, the block from Hag blocks him perfectly. The cocoon is up, but the nullifier comes out, and down goes Armadon. Game 2 is looking, it's getting there. It's similar to game 1 where we have the dominating performance by Yohoho.
Yeah, I have watched and played MOBAs for over 15 years of my life, and I've watched enough of these types of games to know that there is a big difference in understanding of the draft and lane setups to begin with, but also in skill difference between these teams. This Thai team is very impressive.
They're fun to watch, and right now, Backdoor Protocol, you know, again, it is a best of 5, so at the very least, still have at least one more game. It's got to be in the course in the back of their mind here, but still playing out this one, seeing what they can make happen. Get Drunken Master.
Yeah, you have to play this one out.
Yeah, you know, still not at the give-up point by any means, but as Hag is just going to be able to blink away despite the combo from Pebbles. And Pebbles, you know, he has a spell shards now, and I gotta say, he's got to feel pretty underwhelming, because this is a hero. I mentioned the term snowball earlier. Of course, Pebbles certainly is that as well, and he didn't really get the snowball that he was hoping for, especially with the way he itemized with, again, that early PK, the Strider build. He just wasn't getting kills, and now he's finding himself, you know, a bit farther behind. That becomes difficult to recover on, unfortunately.
And I'm feeling a bit inspired by this Musan guy, because I didn't know about his name before, but I certainly do now. I mean, this is a very good player. I'm gonna go play Corrupt Disciple in my games after I see this. And even his Armadon, I felt like I learned something about the itemization on the Armadon as well. But this hero is looking so strong. I wonder if the hero is actually that good, or if it's just in the hands of Musan.
I mean, Musan's a great
double
player.
Damage here.
There's no doubt he's definitely making it look easy at times,
oh my
but
god, his buildings are melting.
they just evaporate. He's got the egg on him as well, so yeah, look at Pebbles all the way at the top up here. He's just gonna cut the creep wave.
Trying to cut the wave.
Might as well.
It seems like it looks like they called the game, but obviously they can't really do anything to defend here, so they're just trying to do the best that they can in cutting the waves.
Yeah. Oh, it's obviously makes sense for the situation, so wait for maybe at least another Conqueror. It's still about 2.5 minutes away. Phoenix about 3.5 minutes, as we see at the top of the screen there.
830 GPM on this Corrupted Breaky. 5k gold. I wonder what he's going to buy.
It is absolutely accelerated. Yeah, what does he buy? I mean, a plethora of choices, of course, to choose from.
It's like, normally on this hero in a game like this, I would assume that you're gonna go for a Shrunken Head, but I just don't see you doing that when you're this far ahead and you have 5,000 gold.
I think like a Wingbow.
Frostwolf Skull or Wingbow, something like that, just straight up.
No, there you go.
Yep, Frostwolf Skull, I called it!
You're right, alright, yeah. Frostwolf would just tank up that much more. Of course, the Wolf Scouts are also fantastic. And just another way to kind of keep people close, you know, the slow, obviously.
Yeah, I still have yet to buy this item, but I watch a lot of HoN streams, and whenever I see this, and even when I play against people buying this Frostwolf Skull, it's so annoying to deal with these wolves scouting you out in the fall.
They go out immediately. He uses it immediately as they come out and scouts a couple all the way at the base. He sees that, yeah, they're playing defensive as they kind of have to right now. This Backdoor Protocol. So, map control continues for the side of Yohoho. And, like I said, Conqueror's up in just over a minute now. So, just going to control the map. Likely wait until that at the very least. And then look to commit to Conqueror.
There's not too much happening here for a little bit of the time. I just want to go back a little bit to the laning stage. Because I did mention that there might be some dual mid happening there just by the way they were set up. And you thought that maybe not, maybe they're just scouting things out. And I think you're right. They probably were scouting things out. But once they saw that the Hellborn side was doing Slither and Magnus mid lane, obviously the Pebbles can't stand there by himself, so they choose to then counter that by putting a dual lane of their own. And it kind of goes back to what I was saying last week when we were seeing tri-lane versus tri-lanes, like exclusively on the EU side. The Hag might go down here. He's getting caught. Nope, he's gonna get away.
I was gonna say, that's the
But
point.
when I saw that, I just thought to myself, why not just put a dual mid in a matchup and see what happens to this tri-lane meta? Because I don't think it doesn't seem right to me that there should only be tri-lane versus tri-lanes, and that's all I saw last week until seeing this Thai team.
Yeah. No, again, it's in its infancy when it comes to HoN Reborn, a competitive scene, and still a lot to be figured out for sure. And making early adaptations already. Yeah, it's not surprising.
There's smoke happening here. This might be the last fight of the game.
Yeah,
Let's see.
They know Kongor's up, so this is kind of expected. Staff just picked up by Armadon, so obviously pretty relevant there. Pebbles gets a combo on the back line, starts the chaos. Who's this in front? That's going to be Slither up at the front lines. He obviously popped his Poison Nova, so again, mission accomplished there. Bat Blast will burst down Pebbles. Glacier's dead as well. Drunken Master, he can't do much without a Shrunken or anything like that. He's just in the midst of just chaos there himself, and he can't get away. Armadon, despite that staff pickup, it's just too far. Yeah, too much of a gap, and wouldn't be surprised. In fact, it looks like GG's are coming out, so it is official. Game 2 gonna go to Yohoho by Jab, and we'll say this: Backdoor Protocol. There were obviously questions with the draft, a couple of cores early on, the Drunken, and it actually worked out fairly well in the early game. I mean, we were also talking about it's like, oh, this is looking much better for them, right? But there was a top fight. The top fight at the tier 1 tower up here that they won. They got a complete wipeout. I think they only lost one hero themselves, did Yohoho, and that's what really kind of set the tone.
And I've been in their side as well. When you are maybe the bit weaker team than the other side, it is so demoralizing when you're off to a great early game against a really, really strong team, and you feel like, okay, we got this, everything is going our way, and then just bam, you lose one fight and suddenly the game is turned on its head.
Right.
And going into this game 5, it is really, really hard to have like a strong conviction in yourselves that you're gonna be able to. What happens if you lose the early game? Are you gonna be the ones that are gonna be able to turn it around this time? It's gonna be a hard mental warfare to not fight among themselves about what went wrong. It's difficult.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right. Again, congratulations to obviously Yohoho. They have now a 2-0 series lead. Again, best of 5 though, so another chance for Backdoor Protocol to make some more adjustments. We'll see what they have up their sleeve for now. What will be a third game to try to start coming back. Yes, they obviously need to win 3 in a row to ultimately win the series, but as we talk about in cases like this, it's one game at a time. Worry about the one game that's ahead of you and see what you can make happen. But a difficult task indeed, as Yohoho by Jab is looking very clean right now. Definitely came to play today here in the grand finals, as you would expect. So we are going to be going on a break, but before we do, as I kind of teased about, the Gauntlet the Hero Gauntlet Community Vote, the official name we've been given it. Of course, we had stage 1 of that, where there's a little over 40 heroes, if I'm not mistaken, that the community has had the chance to vote between to see which hero they would want in Heroes of Earth Reborn sooner than later. And helping to give us some good information and ultimately decide maybe what the top one would be to try to get that in as soon as possible. It concluded for stage 1, which then moves on to stage 2, which then the top 5 of the voting is what it comes down to for stage 2. I'm explaining this horribly. Anyways, there's 5 heroes now remaining that you, the community, will get the chance to now vote for. Which of the 5 that are remaining that you want to see in HoN Reborn as soon as possible. And with that said, this is the reveal of said heroes here. 1 second, let me just officially set this up. Okay, kind of doing this on the fly here, so that's not what I wanted at all. This is what I wanted. There we go. All right, the website. So here we go. Without further ado, here is your top 5 for stage number 2. Emerald Warden, Bushwhack, Shadowblade, Lord Selforus, and Dark Lady. There you go. Head on over to heroesnetwork.com, the Hero Vote tab at the top, and you can vote for which of these 5 heroes you want to see into the game as soon as possible. Again, to be very clear on this, there's obviously development time that needs to take place, etc., but this is great information for us to have as a team and gives you the chance as a community to let us know which of these heroes that you want to see in HoN Reborn, like I keep going back to, as soon as possible. So, of these 5, who are you going to choose? What do you have in mind, Chessie, of these 5, if you could see one of them?
I mean, I don't know exactly the number or anything like that, but there might be a clip on my YouTube channel from back in the days with Chessie playing Bushwhack with 995 GPM, but who's counting? So I would love to see Bushwhack back into the game.
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of players that would love that too. Darklit, I know, has been obviously a bit talked about as well, and so I'm not personally surprised to see her on the list. But yeah, no, it's definitely some interesting choices. Absolutely. So let us know. Head on over to heroesnetwork.com, the Hero Vote section, which of these 5 you want to see into the game sooner than later. One more note I will make is that a new hero was also an option in the initial voting. That was very, very close to being in the top 5. It just was out of the top 5 in the 6th place spot. I will say, though, a new hero to HoN Reborn, as in brand new, definitely something to look forward to in the near future as well. So a little bit more of a tease there. All right, we got a break though. And speaking of that too, I see, again, more new faces in the chat. Yes, HoN is back. Exclamation point HoN. HeroesNetwork.com. You can play for free. It's in open beta currently. Definitely check it out if you have not yet. Ladies and gentlemen, our coverage continues. Game number 3 of the grand finals for the Reborn Invitational, Backdoor Protocol, Yohoho. We'll see what takes place. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Chessie. Stay tuned. Game 3 coming up next. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the grand final coverage here of the HoN Reborn Invitational. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Chessie, and here we are. It's a 2-0 lead for Yohoho by Jab, trying to make the absolute statement of a 3-0. Again, Backdoor protocol. They would obviously love the opposite. A team that's, like I keep going back to, very worthy, very capable. I'm excited to see what they can do here in now this third game with our backs against the wall. And as always, starts with the draft. They pick the Armadon off the bat. They get a Lodestone pairing with it now, but still confident with the Armadon is what I see here.
So, Legion side is Backdoor protocol again. Then,
yep,
yes,
they chose it again.
Third time in a row, and they opt for again to pick two strength cores in their first two picks.
Lodestone's not a core. Lodestone will be a support.
Oh, okay. If he's a support, then that is more fine. And they also choose to ban the Corrupted Disciple as a response. So obviously they think that the Corrupted Disciple is a major part in countering this Armadon. And I wanted to see what more they have up their sleeve up in Hellborn. I didn't. They already picked the Puppet Master. I wasn't gonna suggest that necessarily, but I already know that Puppet Master is a great counter to the Armadon because you can easily turn him around and not hit him from the back.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, Lodestone, yeah, Kona, he's played it multiple times throughout this tournament in that support role, so again, the Ion Stone build that we talk about, so pretty much expecting to see that here once again, but yeah, the Armadon, just one of the more go-to cores that we've seen throughout this tournament, absolutely, so understandable there with that pick. The Andromeda, the Puppet Master. Puppet Master is a hero we saw in more in the Thai region. Yohoho played it yesterday themselves, I believe it was them at least, and looked very good, especially, amp damage coming out from Andromeda. Some good synergy there. A hero that can burst you down, but also brings a lot of crowd control. And for a hero like Armadon, keeping him in place, pretty important there. So.
And more important than that, like I just said, it's about being able to turn the Armadon around because he can't turn during the puppet show, so that you can hit him from the front. And again, it's slightly concerning to me always when you look back at the previous games and you find like, oh, we have to ban this Pearl, oh, we have to ban this Corrupted Disciple. I would much rather, if I'm on the side of Legion, you just let all of these heroes free and just pick to your own heart's desire and just play your own game. Maybe if you're picking the Armadon, sure, you can ban this Corrupted Disciple. You probably wanna do that because he looked like a great hero. But I'm sure there are more heroes that counters this Armadon than just the Corrupted Disciple, and I'm sure they're gonna be able to showcase some of that with this Puppet Master as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, the Myrmidon support going with it. So yeah, Lodestone Myrmidon support's likely to be the case here for the side of Backdoor Protocol. Again, the Magnus coming out from Yohoho. And I mentioned the last game when they picked it, it's going to be in the hands of Colic maybe, but again, it wasn't the case. The Colic ended up playing the Wretched Hag, and really shows you, if anything, that they can swap things around. Pretty diverse players for sure. But yeah, the Slither pick again, great against Armadon.
And again, one more thing that I wonder, because this is something that most top teams do, is that they pick heroes that, like you said, are able to be swapped around and are versatile. Because I was under the full impression that the Slither was going to be a core hero last game, but it ends up being a support. And I'm sure that they are able to swap the Magnus and the Slither around. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing the Slither as a core this game, and maybe the Magnus as the support stunner in a tri-lane type of situation. Because Andro Magnus Puppet looks like a pretty good tri-lane to me, and you can also have the Slither as a core. But they also might not have that set in stone yet already. They're gauging the draft from the Legion side, and then they can adapt and pick their last hero accordingly. It just makes it so much easier to draft when that's the case.
Yeah. Interesting. They go Geomancer. Now, I say it like that because, again, Kona's been playing the Lodestone throughout a lot of this tournament. But with the Geomancer, is that going to be a core Lodestone now, to your point that we're talking about? Or will it be maybe a core Geomancer? Yeah, guys, it could be core Myrmidon, get that staff, become a right-click Thread of Swords, but no. Probably lean towards Lodestone.
Yeah, it's a bit odd. I wonder what their thought process is when they pick two strength heroes as their first two. It's just too easy to drafting as encounter. They do end up picking this Elonia here, who I've exclusively seen myself as a mid hero. I would be surprised if there's anything but that. It's overall good damage dealer with the two Armadon, Lodestone type of tanky heroes in front. I don't mind that they'll only pick one bit. This look good.
Yeah, we've seen him make we've seen her
Magebane.
make a couple of appearances, but ooh, Magebane. I mean, maybe saw once early on, but again, you're going up against Alonia. Magebane feels like a pretty good hero for that, I suppose. So, just a response at the very end.
I don't know enough about this hero to know when it's warranted to pick Magebane. I don't see. I wouldn't be Hellborn here and look at this Legion draft and be like, oh, I want to play Magebane here into this Armadon and stuff. But I am sure that they know way more about when to pick this hero than I do. And maybe it is as simple as something like you're saying. Maybe it's a good laner into Elonia even. I mean, maybe you can just blank in and hit the Elonia and be really annoying. I don't even know what the laning setup is going to look like here. I feel like they can do so much with their draft on the Hellborn side.
Mm-hmm. Well,
all I know is that you want to make sure to have a good lane against this Armadon. You don't want to give this Armadon a free lane and an easy game.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, obviously we saw especially what happened in the first game for the side of Yohoho, especially if that's the case. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. It'll be interesting to see where with the way Magebane is played, especially now though. I feel like being the strength hero now, he is more of this kind of just initiator, bulky frontline presence hero. You know, he builds the utility. I'm guessing at least. I mean, obviously you could still build him a right click if you really want to, but especially with Colic playing him, I expect more of that. Build of just being the utility for the team, the Devo Gauntlet, of course, early on, but. Maybe the Energizer, as we've been seeing so popular with Yohoho especially, but less about the right-click threat kind of build. So yeah, just being going to be that hero that just sits on top of Alonia, especially, is my guess. And there is lockdown on the Legion team, but I do feel like Magebane has still a good ability to be pretty slippery against their lineup, if that makes sense. So.
Yep. And again, we have two quick TPs out. I don't know why the Legion side has completely opted to just not do that at all. Like, they're sitting in base with two heroes for like 10 seconds. Like, they're wasting so much valuable time here in the beginning. I don't know why that is exactly. They're not getting a lot of information out in the map. The Slayer is blocking this hard camp immediately, which means that they're anticipating an aggressive tri lane, which they are 100% correct in. And he's also placing this kind of aggressive-ish ward scouting the top rune near the Phoenix pit, which also can maybe see some of what's happening here. Yeah, in fact, you're gonna end up running right through this ward, and they know exactly what's going on with the lanes, and they can set them up accordingly. And it looks like Magebane is what they want to have as their solo laner against this tri-lane. And I mean, it just seems like they have a really good grasp about what's happening here in this game. And I don't think the Legion side is gonna be ready for this lane setup. They absolutely do not want to have the Armadon soloing against the tri-lane. I mean, that's worst case scenario for you. So I think that they just have such an upper hand already on the Hellborn side, and the game hasn't even begun yet.
Yeah, and that's what's going to be interesting to see what kind of mind games we have early on as far as lane rotations. There was a game yesterday, I believe it was Backdoor Protocol versus Wagpo, where Backdoor Protocol, they were responding with the lanes. In the first 3 minutes of the game, they kept porting from different lanes in terms of depending what the other team would do, and then the reaction would happen. So I'm intrigued to see if that's perhaps something.
It's hard to do. It's hard to do that now when the lanes set up already kind of begun. And also, what's happening with the core lane? Is it a mermaid on core? Is that what I'm seeing here? I think it is.
That's good. Yeah, I'm kind of joked about that, but at the same time, I mean, it's kind of like you get a like I said, a staff of the master on it. Maybe if that's the direction he wants to go. Kona is playing
Madness.
Lodestone again, so yeah, exactly. Will he go kind of that right-click build? That's what I'm intrigued by for sure.
I would guess so. Also, another small thing that we didn't point out is that this ward placed by the Phoenix Pit also scouted this ward placed by the Legion side to see the rune, so they should know that this ward is here and be able to deward it.
Yeah.
Really important, by the way, in this bot lane. Now, they're sending Slither towards the mid lane already to make a rotation on the mid, and he has no idea this is coming up. This should be a really easy first blood if they execute this properly.
Alonia has no escape. Yeah, Snark is very vulnerable now. Poison spray hits. Geomancer is coming, so maybe Geomancer can save the day. Oh, nice stun through from Magnus. The dig kind of whiffs there as a result, and it is a free kill in the end on Alonia.
What's
However,
happening here?
a
4
lot of
heroes
TPs mid. Yeah, we got some mid wars, baby. We're on force counter war, but basically mid. Oh, Toffee stuns at the
my
last
God.
second. The heal. It keeps him alive as well.
No.
The close call once
Ricky,
again.
I have seen stuff like this happen before, where a team just kind of implodes in a game best out of 5 last game in the grand finals. This is not looking pretty. I mean, oh my God, I can't state enough how bad this is for the Legion side. You're rotating your entire team to the mid lane and you don't even get a counter kill. What's going on here, Breaky?
Right, that definitely has to feel bad. And Midgame is all of a sudden like, wait a I mean, I like this. He's just by himself, farming the top lane. Well, was 3 heroes up here just 30 seconds ago. So, yeah, Kolik is already level 3 and makes up a little bit. He's 8 and 7 CS as well. 8 kills, 7 denies. So, yeah, he got quite a bit of fun.
And I want to give credit to the Slither there for setting all of that up, because they're starting in this tri lane and they're just trying to deny the waves back to get lane control so that the Armoron isn't going to be able to get anything. And the Slither is just sitting in the fog to the side, and he opts to go boots level 1. And this boots is just what makes it so that he's able to show up to the mid lane so early before the Alonia even has any clue that he's missing from the bot lane. It's just, yeah, it's beautiful lane setup from them.
Yeah. That's obviously the rotation set all that up, so absolutely well played by Love Dog. On the Slither, has those red boots and gonna start running towards the top lane now. Looks like as he's come back. So in the pause, looks like just a quick tech pause, mouse issue on one of the players, but again, sounds like gonna be good to go now. Bottom
mouse
lane
issue. That's what I say too when I TP 4 heroes mid and I don't get a kill.
To be fair, it was Yohoho that threw out the pause. But oh, mid lane. Okay, no, he's just harassing him there. So nothing coming up. Actually, speaking of rotations mid, Lodestone's still hanging around the area. It
seems like a waste of time, to be honest. This Lodestone hanging around there. It's just, what is he gonna do? I mean, they're pushing in the lane already. It's just sitting here farming. Looks like they have another pause going out.
Yeah, so Lodestone going to make its way towards the top lane. You mentioned that ward here by the Phoenix Pit. It's still here, and it has gotten plenty of information, certainly, for the side of Yohoho.
And they did see this ward placed by the Legion side. They haven't dewarded it yet, but I'm sure that they saw it and they're aware of this ward being placed there. But at the same time, they might feel like they don't really need to run all the way there with the support to deward it. I mean, I don't even think they would have had the time to do so.
Mm-hmm. Another pause coming out. I'm trying to see. I can't really see.
Interesting
right
ward down on placed by the Hellborn side by ESZ Gods by right by the tower.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that ward before. But it's a cool ward when you're doing this aggressive tri lane to at all times know where the Armadon is if he ever runs into the right side of the woods here to try to sit in the trees and get some XP. You have a pretty easy way of knowing where he's at, so I do like that ward. It's a cool spot.
Yeah, it's a great way to also see if any TPs are coming in from the Legion side, and
that's
if the lane gets pushed out like it is now. If TPs were coming in, they would have full information of that on the side of Yohoho. So yeah, a pretty unique war, but at the same time makes sense when you really break it down right there.
Yeah, looks like they're about to start right now.
Okay, yeah, given the ready, so a matter of resuming the game once again. So here we are. Once again, welcome to coverage here of HoNcast. The HoN Reborn Invitational has been taking place over the last couple of weekends. These two teams meeting in the grand finals, an East versus West matchup. European versus Thailand here. Really cool that we're getting this opportunity to have such a matchup, especially for an online event. But right now, again, Yohoho, they've had a pretty dominant series so far, up 2-0. Trying to take care of business.
Oh, I love that Slither was doing here. I was just gonna say when you were talking, the fact that Slither rotates to the top lane, they're strong enough that they can 2v3 this at this point.
That's crazy. I mean, yeah, there's 2 heroes just running at the 3, and the 2 heroes are seeming like they're winning it. Another blink in from Kolik. Again, he's pretty tanky himself, mitigating plenty of damage. He has a mana battery as well, if needed. So they're not going to get any kills, but a lot of regen will be forced out.
I mean, Oh, nice canceling of the health potion there by the Myrmidon, but this feels really bad if you're Hellborn. They're trying to get a counter kill, and they might get it. They might lose some kills on the side.
Oh no, he is going to be fine. The level 2 blink comes off cooldown just in time, and Geomancer ends up falling to the poison. They are going to kill Slither.
They might go back in here.
He wants the kill. Greed. The greed
Yep,
is real.
He does.
He wants it. He is going to get it, but at what cost? He's fine for now. I think he's going to
just keep us out here.
Yeah, he's good.
Oof, this is looking rough, Breaky. I mean, this is looking really rough when you're losing your tri-lane like this. Puppet Master is absolutely free farming. Magnus is absolutely free farming mid. I mean, look at this GPMs. The Ormond is 185 GPM against the 430 of the Puppet Master, and the solo Mage Bane has 300 GPM.
Oh, that was interesting right there. Lonia was starting to TP out against the Slither, but with supports coming in, he actually cancels the TP and then turns on a Slither, and obviously it is successful. So that was a good bait right there. And speaking of,
I think they actually never saw this ward. I think they actually were never aware of it being placed. But yeah, my mistake.
There the whole time. But I was gonna say too, as you're saying, yeah, Armadon really struggling. It really comes down to this Alonia. She is absolutely going to have high impact this game, and again, her laning phase is going okay. Magnus is technically winning it, obviously, when it comes to GPM especially at this point. Toffee doing yet again another great job, but we'll see what kind of impact Alonia can have. But also the roaming supports, both Geomancer and Lodestone, continue to do a lot of running around the map currently, and they are making their way to the bottom lane now. So we'll see if maybe they can get a gank on Puppet, which would be huge, and if they push out this
They're not gonna be able to, and I mean, their tri-lane is just really weak. Ormondon, Lodestone, Geomancer. I mean, maybe the idea is to get the gank on the Puppet Master. If that is the idea, they are just not. I mean, they're just one step behind because they're already 3 heroes down here on the other side. And I would assume that this. Are they gonna go now?
Oh, nice lineup there from Geomancer. Lodestone not here just yet. He was busy going for the rune control. Armadon, though, poison and the auto attacks are going to be enough damage. Here comes Lodestone. Double damage. Magnus is coming in. Puppet Master avoids death. The golden apple, and here's that Magnus down. The eruption going to be channeled. Down goes Geomancer. And Lodestone is also going to fall. We've seen it in both game 1 and 2, Chessie.
Disaster.
Game
1
3.
health on Puppet, 1 health on Slither. Not literally 1 health, but 1 hit from death.
They just stay alive.
Yeah, it's the same thing again. They're just 1 step behind. Like they were trying to set it up on the Legion side. The Lodestone, he was right there, but then it ends up being the Hellborn side making the initial go. And mid lane, we got some action happening.
Yeah, Magnus easily caught it right there. So good rotations from the support coming back after death. Alonia knows she's dead. Might as well do as much damage as possible. And Puppet Master rotation helps make that successful. Mage Bane. He wants to run down this Lodestone. Gonna wait for another rocket drill perhaps. And 1 more second. He uses it, but a blink from Mage Bane. Is he going for it? You know he wants to.
That's his ultimate.
Yeah, he does. He is not gonna get in range though.
And that blink ready. Cool. I said 10 seconds at all levels. I didn't know that it didn't scale. With
Myrmidon's like, alright, let's fight. He pops his ulti form and takes out Slither. So Yohoho maybe getting a little too cocky here in the face of Backdoor Protocol. Mage Bane, he could still be in trouble. Being run down, another blink.
Oh, stun just missed.
Carp, Wheatfield hits, and that is going to be a kill. That's a pretty big kill for the Legion, and they also kill Andrew.
Heavy mistakes. I think what you said just then, overconfidence, is just it. I mean, they have no business at all being like the Slayer is inside this tier 1 tower and getting hit by it and dying, and then there's 2 heroes behind the tower. They were far ahead, and they were feeling themselves, and they were getting overconfident, and they paid a heavy price. It's now even.
Yeah, Myrmidon with that forced evolution, the ulti for he tanks up a lot, especially early on in the game. So even the decision to think about diving him was, very ambitious right there. So, but hey, if you're Yohoho, you're up to nothing, to dominating back-to-back games.
Setting up on the top rune. It's just beautiful team play again, setting up on this top rune.
Yeah, Alonia's dead.
Coming in.
Yeah, it's exactly that. You mentioned beautiful team play. Slither and Andromeda setting up. The rune controls there, and they do get the easy kill.
And it was all set up by this ward in the mid lane on this. Also another ward I don't see too often, but right next of the ancient camp behind these trees, they has spotted the Alonia the entire way running towards the top rune.
Armadon, he's just busy farming in the jungle, trying to recover here.
Oh. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, so Armadon is he's come up quite a bit. I mean, you talked about a couple of times. I mean, he was just really struggling, but he's 330 GPM now. So yeah, feeling a bit better now. Where he's at.
Yeah, this is not looking too bad for the Armadon at this point in the game. He's in an okay spot. Anything can happen for his farm.
I'm trying to remember yesterday. What did we see on the Puppet? Oh yeah, we saw the portal key on Puppet Master when Muzan played it yesterday, earlier on. So I'm wondering if he's gonna go that similar style actually of the PK.
I would think you can get it at some point. I don't mind that at all, but not too early, because you have your Magnus who's gonna be wanting to go portal key. You have your Mage Bane who's gonna want to be in front and sitting and tanking stuff up. I mean, you kind of just want to get damage on the Puppet Master. I don't see the point in getting an early portal key, but maybe after a Mask of Madness and a Shrunken Head or something like that.
Top lane, there is a bit of setup going on. You see some counter warding taking place, and Geomancer will actually dig away to safety. Back at the tower.
This Lodestone is a bit of a liability. He hit 5 now at least. He was 4 just a second ago, but he's so under leveled. Bot lane mass TPs.
Yeah, they want to come to the bottom lane, try to help save Armadon. Not going to happen, but the combo's there. Mage Bane, he gets hit by the stun, the Carp. Right before he can blink away, the haste and Magnus is going to be fine.
Elonia behind. Will Elonia catch him?
Can he freeze him? Yep, the absolute zero to take him out. That's got to feel good for Elonia right there. Those are a couple of great
might try
catches.
A solo kill on Elonia here.
TP?
He's going to TP right out.
He's good.
That's a great TP. If he hadn't TP'd immediately there, he was 100% dead. He might still die.
No, he's fine. It's not. The ultimate's not lethal anyways, so yeah, as long as there's no.
No, I thought the spray was still up. Sure. I'm not sure if he bought an apple or anything to stay alive there, but it was pretty close.
Close call, yeah. Dude, whenever you're up against a Slither and TP, I hate that feeling. It's like, am I actually gonna live? I don't know. I'm in the base.
Right.
Yeah, it definitely happens where you die, but no, he lives right there. Yeah, that's gotta feel good.
Good response. Yeah, good response from the Legion team. The only negative is they did end up bringing all 5 heroes, and the Puppet Master is accelerating his farm and pushing this tier 1 tower on the top lane. But absolutely necessary response from the bottom lane, however.
Yeah, Puppet, he mentioned the lifesteal, so yeah, the other Parasite likely to be at least the first kind of core item choice here, but...
Oh yeah, for sure.
The blink is a
They're setting up on this Puppet Master now. This could be a good setup.
He's worth a good chunk of gold early on. Here's a Shadow Storm. He can't combo. Muzan runs forward. When you least expect which direction he's going to go, he runs at the tower. He avoids the stun, and now it's turn time yet again. For the side of Yohoho, we do see...
Could have been so good, Breaky. What's their chance?
But
Elonia's trying to smoke in from behind as well.
I love that decision, though. How many players would have that in-the-moment reaction of, you know what, I'm going to run towards your tower. You're thinking I'm going to run away, obviously.
I don't think it was a conscious decision to run toward the tower to avoid the Losen from coming in, because he had no clue what was happening. It was simply him stutter stepping in between the auto attacks toward the tower to get the last hit on the tower. So it wasn't an intentional dodge of the Losen gang.
Hey, you'll take it. That's positioning proved to be crucial. Yeah, no, if Losen hits that stun, I mean that's 100% a dead Puppet Master, but
that would have been so big. And we're getting into this point of the game again, where they were suddenly finding themselves in a good spot, and it was even. Now they're 2k behind. One more mistake like that, Breaky, and they're gonna be falling far behind.
It could start snowballing for sure, but you look at Mage Bane, he continues to harass this Armadon quite a bit. Armadon doesn't have any mana currently, but of course not the biggest mana pool.
That's frustrating. Oh, he tried to cancel his healing potion there by actually blinking into the tower.
Yeah, it does damage.
Just missed.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, we see these Mage Banes use that. It's now maxed out. I mean, 75 magic damage on every blink and the slow. It's a pretty potent tool there.
Yeah.
Oh, top lane. Okay, Myrmidon gets caught. That was a voodoo puppet.
That's not good. Because Myrmidon is your carry hero after all, and you have two parts out of the entire staff of the master already built up. That is costly. Bottom lane looks to be fine.
Yeah,
turn it around.
Loson trying to chase for the kill. Went a little too around head smash. It's not enough. Armadon can't keep up as well, and Mage Bane will blink away. The mid lane rotation, I saw Andromeda and Slither. They were setting up while that bottom was happening. They are still here, actually.
Here. think he might have smoked under the vision of a bird.
Myrmidon is there though, and they're going
Beautiful,
to turn.
Beautiful.
Good execution. And TP back to
And
Case to
Myrmidon
make
gets
it
both of those kills. I would love to see the Death of the Monster Myrmidon this early on
yeah.
in the game. I don't think I've ever seen that.
He's 100% getting it, obviously, as we see right there. And again, it is massive, especially for a core Myrmidon. I mean, it's dare I say, necessary. It is absolutely necessary for the hero. You know, it takes him up more and gives him a lot more damage.
I don't know how much the splash is, but maybe is it like on par with the Rune Cleaver? Maybe to farm with if you have it early on.
I don't know the numbers, but it feels really good. I will say I've definitely got him multiple times. I remember it feels really good cleaving stuff down. Slither, he is going to start dropping. Does he have a Nova? No, he doesn't actually. It's on cooldown. Crystal Field going to be using the backlines as well. Andromeda caught by that. Myrmidon going to finish stop. No, the regen keeps him alive.
Magnus should back out here.
Magnus has to be careful. Stun is up, and he will use it to get away. Lowstone trying to maybe catch him in the flank, but not going to happen. Ooh,
I want to say once more, this Puppet Master, he's going to smoke and solo kill his Conqueror, I believe that's happening right now. But the Puppet Master hasn't felt forced to join in all of the engagement, while the Legion team, being one step behind all the time, they feel the need to bring 5 heroes to every engagement, and they're just falling behind on these macro movements. The Mage Pin is just shoving in the waves in your face in the bot lane. The Puppet Master is free farming, he's solo killing the Conqueror. It's starting to look real bad again.
Yeah, he really did kill that Conqueror pretty quickly. That's definitely got to be a little alarming there for Backdoor Protocol, but Yohoho, they'll send Conqueror down the bottom lane. Magebane's already at the tower, doing some good damage to it.
It's also another sign of a great player, knowing your timings. Like, this guy has played a lot of Puppet Master. He recognizes that he can buy this shield breaker and solo kill the Conqueror. A play like that, it can make a huge difference in a game.
Yeah, early, and it also allows for and I think that's something we see throughout this tournament too, it allows for the later Conquerors to spawn that much sooner. Level 1 Conqueror is not necessarily the biggest threat. It's not going to do a ton of damage, usually. It is helping to push this tier 1 tower, but yeah, the sooner you can kill the tier 2, and especially the tier 3 Conqueror, that's where it becomes pretty relevant in the game, so it's also the logic.
Are they now going to have to react to this Conqueror at all, and if they do, will they then kill the Phoenix? Mageman is TPing to the top lane, so they do have something in mind here.
Yeah, no, I'm guessing that's exactly their game plan, honestly. So, going over, Staff of the Master is finished on Myrmidon, so we're going to see him in that forced evolution pretty much the rest of the game now, you'd figure.
Phoenix is being hit here.
Yep. Grimoire is being worked on by Alonia, wants it, but it's early on, it is definitely not the easiest kill.
It's pretty easy to that, Breaky.
I mean, yeah, they're going to get it. Obviously, the Legion's not going to put up resistance in the end, and that's now a egg on Puppet Master, and he hands off the item. It looks like the Heart of Fire will go to Slither, actually, so tanks him up even a little bit more. Ooh, TP's top lane. Myrmidon, or excuse me, more so Magebane is going back in against Armadon. Gonna blink in, slow him down, block him.
Here.
He is in a horrible spot now, forced to fight this. Colic, the Crystal Field combo, he's in trouble. Nice swap from Andromeda hits, but they lose Armadon on Lodestone on the side of Backdoor Protocol, and they're gonna lose a third in Geomancer. Look at Myrmidon. He's just pushing mid though. And Alonia's up.
It's because they weren't ready at all to take that fight. If they would have TP'd in even more heroes, they would have just have died. I mean, Alonia didn't have resources. They weren't ready at all to take the fight. They absolutely had to leave that Armadon. They're gonna lose to Rax here.
Yeah, that's a curious decision there. They both have TPs ready right now, but I mean, tier 3 tower at 17.5 minutes. I don't know if you want to give this up for free.
You have to.
I guess they have to, to your point. Now, the Rax is a different story. Oh, Myrmidon got stopped, I think. I think he was TPing back, but he gets stopped by Magnus.
Oh, no! Not the
he's
poor
in trouble.
Myrmidon.
Is he fine, though? I mean, again, he's tanky.
No, I don't think so. He has a portal key on the Magnus.
He has supports coming, though. They're going to get the
are
stun, but now it's actually Magnus that could be in some trouble. Yep, Absolute Zero is out. Magnus, he's taking the damage. Nice. Steam Bath Afro. Locked up by Puppet Master. They will kill Magnus, and now Puppet Master, he's in trouble. The egg's going to be spawned. Can they kill the egg? Andromeda, she can't do a damn thing about it. She's going to try to run. The egg gets killed, and so is Andromeda. Backdoor Protocol. They have found the backdoor strategy to get back into this game.
Hey, some grave mistakes were made there. You were absolutely right in the fact that they shouldn't have been chasing them that far. You did say it, that the support was coming in. I thought that they were going to be fine chasing it that far. Apparently not. I was wrong. Big mistakes happening on the side of the Hellborn side there. Not too costly in the end, but it can add up pretty fast. One thing that I found interesting, I can't see on my screen oh, they got a kill on the lodestone. He was up.
Yeah, he was really far up by himself.
I can't see the puppet master if the shield breaker has been upgraded or not yet.
Yeah, unfortunately as a spectator we can't see that, but yeah.
Okay, it might already be a rank 3. If that's the case, that's pretty crazy. But it could also be the case that he just buys a rank 1 shield breaker to get this solo kill on the Conqueror and then goes straight into Shrunken Head. I would expect him to have the Shrunken Head finish any second now. Then he will be pretty untouchable for a very long time. He's smoke down here on the bottom. He's trying to get a solo kill on someone.
Armadon
just skids away.
Yeah, even if he sees Armadon by himself, though, I do wonder if he tries to open that or not. It's probably the worst target that you want to try to solo kill, but either way.
I think he kills him in almost immediately.
He does
and
do a
the
lot
Shrunken Head, Shrunken Head is out. Made the fight happen.
Yeah, mid-fight taking place. Magnus, a bit of a lackluster eruption right there. He thought he had an opportunity to do that. Shatterstorm going to be the same, though. Doesn't really hit anybody, and now it's actually Hellborn resetting back in. Puppet Master making his way over as well.
In the courier.
He is absolutely ready to fight. There's a stun in. Alonia going to cause the miss. Throws on an absolute zero. So screw it. I got to do something right here in the backline. So the Shrunken Head on the Puppet Master. Low stone in the trees though. Afro on Mirabel running in, getting those clean auto attacks. While Puppet Master is just dishing out so much right-click damage. He is still stunned though and low, but no, it's not enough. Armadon falls, and now Geomancer, the last one standing, has to skirt out.
Okay, if I am Puppet Master there, I am thanking the Lord that is named ESZ Gods, because he swapped him out of that combination from the Geomancer so that he could get his Shrunken Head off. Had he not been in position to swap the Puppet Master there, they would have absolutely lost that fight. All 5 heroes to sit. Like, there would have been a complete team wipe immediately had the Andromeda not swapped him out there in time. So great play by the Andromeda.
Yeah. No, obviously we've been touching on that so much. This, as a team, they're playing so well. They're playing fast, the term they use there, but they're supporting one another very well, and that's credit, of course, of both Love Dog as well as ESC Gods.
Yeah, because he went in a little bit too early. The timing just ended up being perfect for the Shrunken Head to fly in. But I was watching this courier fly in, and he just went in like 3 seconds prior to having the Shrunken Head, and it almost ended up costing them dearly. Fight's happening again.
Yeah, Midgame
just jumping in. He's so tanky.
He's got Barrier, Idle, and Icebrand currently. Obviously, his skills as well, the Master of the Mantra. He is not a target you want to try to turn on, for sure, and he knows that.
This hero is a tank.
Yeah, I mean, even Reborn is like, I can't really do much to you, so...
It's 5 heroes against 1 break. It's just sitting in their face.
He's feeling pretty good. Slither in the flank. Slither has a great opportunity
double
for level 2
damage
Poison Nova. Double damage puppet. See you later, Armadon. And there's the backline flank right there. The Poison Nova goes off. Slither is going to end up falling. Mana Rift used to take out Alonia, though. And now Myrmidon suddenly by himself. Geomancer kind of in the area, but nothing he can do. Yeah, the bait was real. I mean, Midgame was just toying with them that whole time. You could tell.
I don't think I've ever seen a mage been this tanky. Literally sitting as 1 hero versus 5, and they're like, nope, we cannot touch this guy. Let's just chill. And then they end up getting turned on pretty heavily.
Yeah, that was
killing the Conqueror here.
And here's that level 2 Conqueror I talk about. You know, like a level 1 pretty early, so level 2's up, and now they got a level 2 Conqueror that they're gonna be able to push with here. Look at the stack too.
Is there a difference in strength in Conqueror as the game goes on? I would assume that it scales with the time of the game, right?
No. Conqueror scales with every kill. Phoenix scales with the time of the game. So that's why I say every time you kill Conqueror, he does become stronger, and the buff is a little stronger as well, specifically the shield that's applied to the team.
Sure, I didn't know that. Maybe this is the strength of having a semi-new co-caster that we can have me learn the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we can teach the Twitch chat in the meanwhile. I don't think everyone knew that either.
Yeah, no, it's definitely you know, it is great information to bring it, because you are absolutely right. You know, it's maybe not necessarily as known. Alonia, oh my gosh, she nearly died right there into a couple of hits. is going to be able to port out, but now Myrmidon is caught as a result.
I was just waiting for the Myrmidon to die there, and the splash damage from the volcanic touch killing him, tipping out in the fog. That would have been something. I think they're going to go for the game-ending push right here.
And the series. Yohoho, they're up 2-0. This would close
initiation.
it out. There's a great one. Crystal fit on the back line. Shadowstorm as well. Gonna explode. Puppet Master in the midst of it. He is gonna go down. No, he's holding his ground. Yes, he finally does go down in the back lines. A lot of resources used. They take him out, but it's not gonna matter. They kill Puppet, but with Magnus and Magebane still alive, they're gonna now continue to push.
That was a great defense. That was a superb initiation by the Geomancer. Yet again, we have the Andromeda in the perfect position to bail out the Puppet Master. He ends up going down in the end, but I thought that would end up way worse for them. Let's see if Myrmidon can do anything by himself here.
There is buybacks. Alonia, Armadon, they all have buybacks. A little surprised they honestly haven't used them, but the racks are still alive, I guess.
I'm not surprised, because if you buy back here, you just don't have anything to come back into the game. You need to get these items coming up. It's much better for you to lose a range track or even a melee rack and just respawn and
Carp hits, the stun hits. Can they actually kill Magebane? No. They
so tanky.
Yeah. He's
going for the next
pickup. It might as well go for Magnus instead. Yeah, Magnus is out of mana now. He is going to keep his distance. But look at Magebane.
No way, this Magebane. Holy.
Oh my gosh, can they actually kill him? Oh, he's short distance blink. They are going to kill him. Finally, they kill the raid boss. That's got to feel good.
I'm assuming that short distance blink was on purpose, and he thought he was a little bit more tanky than he actually was, because he wanted to hit them with it. I don't think that was a misclick of the short blink, but it was a misplay nonetheless. And Phoenix is up, and they have an illusion rune spawning here. I wonder if the Legion side is going to be aware of this. It looks like they're gunning for the Phoenix pit, but they are wise to it on Hellborn's side and not going to go in and hit this Phoenix.
Yeah.
Can use this illusion to scout as well, push out the lane.
Without Magebane, again, he is that nuisance. You know, not Yohoho's going to play it pretty safe here. But
Legion is going to try it for the... this is not going to work out well for them, I believe. But, I mean, they are in a position of desperation, so they have to try something.
Well, and that
Velomancer ward on the high ground, does it see into the pit?
I don't know, honestly. I'm not sure. The Puppet Master, those are illusions. What I was going to say, though, this Legion team, not the surprise necessarily, but when it comes to objective hitting, they're pretty bad. Myrmidon, especially, at least right now with his current build, he's not necessarily doing the most right-click damage himself, so Phoenix is not going to be a quick
smoke
kill.
here, by the way.
Yeah, everyone's up. You know a big fight's coming. It's a matter of when. Magebane jumps in. Myrmidon going to be the target of choice initially. Puppet Master, 3 auto attacks later. That's a dead Myrmidon. However, Lows into the back of the Shadowstorm combo. They do kill Puppet Master. He goes down. That's big. An opening maybe for the Legion side.
Magebane is also really low. I think Magebane might die here.
Yes, multiple fights taking place. He is fine for now, and yeah, Myrmidon cannot run him down there, but multiple buybacks being used. Puppet Master staying dead, though. He does not have a buyback. Magebane, he's holding his ground. The weed field hits.
He's living on the edge. There's a region rune up top.
Oh no, Myrmidon can't be taken.
He's gonna get the region rune.
That's big. Yep, he's gonna pop it, and suddenly he's gonna be full life after that. So
this guy on Magebane Kolik, he knows how to play this hero. He is literally living on the edge, as far out on this edge as you could possibly go. One more step out, and he's just falling down to his death. But he's teetering the edge non-stop. He's playing a beautiful game.
Yeah. No, he's played very well indeed. Kolik is he is obviously spotted right here thanks to Geomancer, if anything, but in fact, he's just going to say hello to Armadon. He's going to run after him and force Armadon to make a decision right here. Just force a chaotic fight, really. That's what he's best at. Going to keep blinking in further. Lowstone, he's having trouble getting away. It's just going to go in instead, but eventually Geomancer's killed off, and Lodestone is as well, so the chaos creation of Magebane continues. Proving to be a massive issue for Backdoor Protocol to deal with.
Again, we're talking about this steep mountain to climb. This one we might as well call Mount Everest, Breaky, because this one is it's looking really bad.
It is. It's again backed against the wall coming into this game. This is the series, the grand finals, the tournament. You lose this one, you definitely play it out, but now with another Phoenix kill, you have Puppet Master with the egg picked up, another Phoenix item that they also going to take advantage of, the Brimstone Plate. It'll be in the hands of Andromeda. So she is now.
Hon respawning in 10 seconds. I'm sure that's gonna be the big eruption fight that's about to happen. I think they might even be able to kill it on the Hellborn side immediately if they so choose, but it might not have vision to be able to do so. They're going for it.
Yeah, gonna go
and
for
they do have this ward by ESZ gods on the little hill right outside of the base, so they know exactly what's going on.
Sure, see it there. Yeah, right now also we're almost 30 minutes into this game, and Backdoor Protocol only has one tower kill. That is the mid-tier 1.
That's the third Kongor.
And there is the third Kongor. It's gonna march down mid lane.
And I also feel like Hellborn should have won this quite a few fights ago. The only reason they haven't is because the Legion have been able to pick off the Puppet Master in the beginning of each fight. And here we go again.
Yeah, Lonia, she just wants to get away. And Midgame has a different plan. Even with the shrunken head, it doesn't matter. She has another buyback, or she has what would be her first buyback, but definitely has to feel bad. Tier 2 tower goes down, and Hellborn team, they're looking to probably even finish the game right here at this point. Feeling pretty good about themselves, as they should be. Myrmidon at least pushes the top tower, so it gets a little bit of a presence there. Excuse me for Backdoor Protocol, but a matter of when. Look at Midgame. Slither, he jumps in with a Poison Nova. He's just being that distraction as always. Armadon, it's like he wasn't even there. Basically a melee creep at that point. He gets eviscerated, and Midgame going further. They're going past the tier 4. Yohoho is looking to
for the
end
style
the
points here. They want
tournament
to dive
on an
them.
absolute style statement. And they're diving the fountain to do so. Chessie, I think we have our tournament champions.
This is the team to beat going forward. I mean, this team is looking very, very impressive. I mean, I could tell already in the first game that this was going to be a very good team, but the way that they turned the game on its tail in game 2 when the game was looking pretty even and suddenly they were 5k up, that's just the telltale sign of a very strong team to be able to do that.
What a series, what a tournament, what a game here to finish it on. It is official though. Yohoho by Jab are your HoN Reborn Invitational champions. Yeah, really the first kind of big official tournament to take place here in Heroes of New Earth Reborn throughout the open beta. Big congratulations to them. That's got to feel good, and obviously a mixture of certainly players that we have seen from the past, but also some new ones. You mentioned Muzan, for example, a very impressive carry player there, and excited to see more development to come. But you know, there is a place to be said. A big shout out to Backdoor Protocol. Obviously, I know things didn't turn out the way that they wanted here with the grand final matchup in the 3-0 loss, but they looked very good at multiple points throughout getting here in the first place out of the West region, and certainly a lot to improve on. But at the same time, I expect you know, some to continue to see them at least for sure moving forward as a team. So I think that's worth mentioning, obviously. But yeah, great series once again, Chessie, and that means the conclusion of the tournament is here. But you know, just kind of your more immediate thoughts on not only this series but kind of the tournament as a whole.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I especially enjoy the fact that we got to see this Thai region against the European region. And as a pretty new player myself, I mean, I've been playing for 3 or 4 months now, just watching some competitive gameplay, I learned so much. So just from a selfish standpoint, I thought it was very giving for me, and it's going to give me a lot in my pubs for times to come. And I hope that you guys, from the viewers as well, from the perspective of me, maybe I didn't know all of the names in Dota and HoN and the differentials in between, but me learning as the time goes on and having a good ear to pick things up. I hope that you guys out there also learn some stuff, because these players are really good at the game, and I really hope for the sake of Heroes of New Earth Reborn that we're gonna get to see many more tournaments for time to come, and the game is just gonna keep on growing and growing, so that we get to see the game that we all love to play and all enjoy so much prosper.
Absolutely, very well said there, Chessie. Very well said. Couldn't agree more. And yeah, to kind of answer your question right there, that is the plan. You know, this is the beginning of our competitive scene, especially, and looking forward to more tournaments to come. And, you know, just to keep putting it out there was the $100,000 tournament announcement as well. That happened a bit ago, and that still is the plan, yes. And a matter of making sure things are ready development-wise for the game, and we're getting there. But able to run these events in the meantime, certainly a spectacle, and a big shout-out to all the teams as well. Not only these two, but just all 8 teams that participated here in this event. You know, took a bit of coordination, of course, but, you know, volunteered their time to play in this event and kind of showcase what HoN Reborn is currently and what it can be. Moving forward, and yeah, definitely a glimpse of what is to come, and just even more excited, as it sounds like you certainly are, and I'm sure people tuning in, that being the case too. So, well said. Yeah, we can start wrapping up though. I mean, it is going to be official here. Any shout-outs? Any last shout-outs before we do, Chessie?
Shout out to myself, Breaky.
Okay.
Tomorrow, 12 p.m. CAT, 18 hours and 42 minutes from now. Twitch.tv/Chessie. Shout out to you, Breaky. Shout out to the Twitch chat. Shout out to all of the teams, like you just said. Shout out to the Thai region. I really enjoyed seeing you play. And shout out to my own 1v1 tournament that I'm going to have coming up in a few weeks. So if you are a top player out there and you are wanting to join in the tournament, I am in the plans of